What's going on, guys? You're listening to the Local Play Only podcast. I'm Phil.
I'm Cam.
And I'm Andrew.
And today we're going to be talking about some news stories.
It's been 2 weeks, so there should be a little bit of
Quite a bit.
It has been a bit.
We're going to dive into our game swap
Yes, we are.
and just kind of catch up what's been going on for the last couple of weeks. And we might even preview a little bit with guest month.
Oh, yeah, guest month.
Ooh, nani.
That's upcoming.
Upcoming.
Okay. Are you guys ready to get into it?
Let's
Hell
get
yeah,
into it.
brother.
And we're back.
Whoa.
It does feel good to be back.
Okay, I meant back from that, the intro.
No, but I mean,
In
It,
general,
we are
it
back.
feels good to be back. Yeah, I get what you mean, bud.
It was the first time in a while that I was like itching to record again.
It's true. We pretty much had like a 1 to 2 months there where it was every single week. And then I guess this was like our first time taking like an actual
Yeah, a
break
little hiatus.
in between.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only a week, but it felt like forever.
Yeah, it did. And the thing is I feel like our interactions with people have kind of gone up quite a bit in like the last month or so. Like it feels like a lot more people are watching, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, we've been hustling more on Instagram and YouTube.
The
and
hustle.
Stuff like that. The reason to me it feels like such a long time is because the last time we recorded a couple days early, and then I edited all the videos in like the first day.
Yeah.
Oh,
that,
yeah,
That means
yeah.
it's been like 2 weeks since I did anything like related to the podcast, so I haven't even been working on it. So it seems weird.
Gasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just gonna start by getting into the weekly or bi-weekly news. I guess at
You
this
mean
point.
our need or not segment?
Need or not? I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Round 2.
All right. Are you ready to start?
Before we start, I genuinely think I obviously had to watch that whole episode a lot of times while editing it.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite part. I thought my
Need
favorite
or
thing was
not?
going to be the Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But the need or not was pretty fun.
Who said need or not?
That was you.
But,
But,
you
but-
started it off.
Yeah, but did I say is it neat or is it not? Like, did I say that or did we come up with it
No,
halfway through?
you said it, and then that's where I edited neat or not as you said it on the video.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're like, yeah, it's going to be like a little bit of like a, is it neat or is it not?
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure
But
if
then you
I
kept
said it.
spoiling it for
I
no
did.
spoilers.
Like this is kind of a neat. No.
Yeah, I
No.
did catch myself. Okay.
So this time, no spoilers. We'll decide.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So Wonderful 101 got announced that they were doing a Kickstarter campaign to remaster the game. It hit its goal in 20 minutes.
I'm gonna say not neat.
So I'm going to say neat for the industry. You know, I like Kickstarters. They seem to be wildly successful these days. It's not necessarily neat for me. I probably wouldn't pick it up. But I like that, though. You know, I like the attitude of people wanting this game. So, like, let's pay for it. But
Why does Platinum need to do this?
Because they've always been a mercenary company. They've only just now officially, I think, been bought by a company. They're always the, we'll use the new Grand Blue, not the fighting game, the other Grand Blue game.
like the open world you
They
want?
made the entire combat engine, and then we're pretty much like, okay, we got the rest, go. And then they were like, let go. So they were paid. They're the joke is they're guns for hire when it comes to this stuff. So if you need a company to put that extra oomph in your game, you call Platinum. That's what Nintendo did with Star Fox. It's with a couple of their
That's
like
what
big
Nintendo
games.
needs to do with the next Xenoblade Saga.
Absolutely, yeah.
But do they not have the money to fund this themselves, especially if they have the interest?
So this game, it's not to fund it; it's to actually see if it's worth. Because that game is their worst selling game of all time
Okay.
because it was on Wii U.
Yeah.
However, everyone that bought it was like, "Yo, dude, this game is fantastic! Like, you need to play this game." But everyone's like, "Dude, I'm not buying a Wii U to get that." So
That's fair.
But how much work does it actually take to translate that over?
well, their goal was only $20,000.
Yeah, sometimes
Like, it's not high.
the thing is, for some Kickstarters, though, don't you feel like they should stop after the goal's been hit?
They have stretch goals though. So their stretch goal, I don't remember the price values. I think they've already blown it out of the water. I'm pretty sure they're at $2.2 million now. But it's to put it on Steam and put it on PS4. So that takes money and like time to actually change the in-game engine to work on the other consoles. Where the Switch is kind of similar. like not hardware, but similar like.
So what if in like a year, 2 years from now, it's just never out on Steam or console or like on PS4?
Then that sucks for them.
Well,
But
no, that doesn't suck for them.
well,
sucks for
I
people
meant
who
the people who
paid.
paid for it. So I actually backed this one. I kickstarted it. It cost me. I was in pretty early. I think it was like $50, and I get a physical copy sent to me. So I wouldn't actually mind doing the go around that we did
like
with
Astral
Astral
Chain?
Chains. Because honestly, I think you guys
Did it
should-
again.
What Astral
Put an
Chain?
S on it, yeah.
It sounds way better as Astral Chains.
But each
But I guess
character
there is
has
only one chain. But there's multiple chains because there's multiple people. But yeah, okay. Anywho, I wouldn't mind doing that because honestly, I think it is a fantastic game. And yes, it was underappreciated because it came out on the Wii U.
I'll give it a shot, but I just think that the practice behind kickstarting, unless you're like a very, very small studio or like
they are small.
I mean they've partnered with Nintendo,
think-
they've partnered with Microsoft.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily
How'd that Microsoft partnership go?
yeah. But I mean for me it's just
I think there's only like 200 people.
it's kind of a weird business practice that I think will translate more in the future to like a lot of developers being like, hey, before we even put the game out, we can do this. What happens if it's an underdeveloped piece of shit like
Well, the one is it's just a port. So the game played fantastic on the Wii U. So it is just a port to the Switch.
But did it utilize like the second screen? Was there functionality on that?
It did, but they had a whole game, like you could play it with a Pro Controller. Like
Okay.
you did not have to use the touchscreen. In fact, that's what's going to be in this game. There's not going to be touchscreen commands. It's all going to be played with the controller, which the lead developer said that's how the game was supposed to be played. They put in the touchscreen
Do you
stuff
know what I
to
always
use the
mix this
touchscreen.
game up with?
What?
There was the animated series, like Beautiful Joe.
Joe.
or
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
That
I
game's
always-
great.
I always thought these were the same things.
They're very similar, like
Maybe that's-
visually, to the character designs. But yeah, so it says Canada 2.19 or 97 million. So that's $2.2 million is what they've backed.
Listen, I'm just saying that
25,000 backed.
I've never actually backed a Kickstarter.
This is my first one.
I was debating with the Hero Forge with the D&D minis.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
Because
cool.
it's like when you pay for something that you might pay for anyways, but you also get to support them at the same time, it's kind of worth it. But like if tomorrow they were like, hey, we want to remake Legend of the Dragoon, we're just going to do a Kickstarter, right? I would pay tons of money for that.
But
Yeah.
even something like that, though, I just think that Platinum is in a position now where they have such a huge fan base. They have so many people who are interested in Bayonetta, Astral Chain.
Well, Astral Chain's their only like I did say it right this time.
Okay, just flooded
It
it.
is the only financial, like it's the one that's made them the most money. Is Astral Chain. Nier Automata and Astral Chain are their two, I think, highest grossing franchises.
But like at this point, they have such a fan base. It's not like they're coming out of the ashes or this new development team that nobody knows about. Like if they put this game out and if it sold just a small amount, they could probably recoup the cost of porting it over. So I feel like in my opinion, it's a bit greedy of them wanting to do that.
I just want to check something. So you guys continue chattering.
I would agree. Because I mean, a port can't cost that much money. Like as I said, obviously if they do a stretch goal for like moving it over to PlayStation 4 and PC, that's different stuff. But just a port from
is it
Wii U
though?
to Switch, how many other games have done that? Even if they knew they weren't really going to sell, because how cheap it probably actually is to do.
Yeah, and something like this, I feel like it's kind of a way of marketing, being like, oh, I know you guys like Platinum, but like, how much do you like us? Do you want to support us?
Yeah, when are like EA going to start doing that too? And
I mean, EA could easily just buy out like a studio or pretend that a small studio isn't owned by them and do something similar to this. And I think it's just a dangerous, slippery slope. And look at Mighty Number 9. Look at Bloodstained.
Yeah, but those games turned out to be trash. Well, not Bloodstained. It just wasn't ported properly. Wonderful 101 is a good game.
Yeah, but what happens if it's ported terribly?
That's true.
it's always a possibility.
So-
But and the thing is it's the difficulty of. I don't think Platinum would fuck up. I really don't. But it's the difficulty of pre-buying something and already giving them the money to develop it. Like, I listen. They probably are going to put their full heart into it, but they've already made the money back. So even if they don't, they don't have that drive to necessarily be like, okay, if we don't do this, we're going broke on it.
I bet you, and I think Cam mentioned this prior, is that or maybe it was you, that they're probably just going to do a sequel with the extra money.
I did read that they want to do a sequel, but even then, put that in the Kickstarter. Be like, hey, we want to do a sequel to this. Kickstart the sequel,
That
and
can always be a surprise thing. Like closer, like the last day, they'd be like, "Oh, here's a surprise for everybody. You get the second one too." Similar to like Silk Song. If you kickstarted the original, you get Silk Song for free, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that it could be a little hit or miss, but I mean, it could become a really good thing. Like as I said, if they decide to do a Wonderful 102, and then if you kickstarted the first one, you get that one for free. I think that'll be like a really good Kickstarter in general. People will look back at it very positively, or they could come up with a port that sucks. But
from a business standpoint, I don't know if that's something that they would necessarily want to do because they already know that they have the fan base. I think that from the get-go, if they were like, "Yo, we want to do a sequel, we'll do the Kickstarter, we'll make the sequel if you guys want it," and then have the stretch goal be like, "Hey, you guys really want this? Do you guys want a port or a remaster of the original
Well,
game?"
since they've crushed their stretch goals, plural, they're gonna say something soon. Like it's only been open for 13 days or something like that. Like it's been under 2 weeks that it's been.
I'll definitely play it.
Like I said, they beat their goal in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, a Kickstarter is just all about hope. It's literally just praying that they want to come up with something good. Yeah. There's never just been anything that I've really wanted to. Like, as I said, there'd be a couple things where if they're like, hey, like, we'll make this game or remake this or port this or...
Shovel Knight was a Kickstarter as well.
It was. I almost kickstarted that one, but...
There's a lot of MMOs these days that are Kickstarters, but still none of them ever really end up that great to begin with.
So the information I wanted to find out is in the first month of Wonderful 101's launch, it only sold 5,000 units in Japan.
That's sad.
That's sad. So they've already pre-sold more copies through Kickstarter with 25,000 backers than they did sell in Japan in the first month.
But how familiar were people with Platinum at that point?
Very.
Like what
were Metal Gear Rising, Bayonetta, like those were all in that same like clump of time.
I feel like they need a bit of marketing too.
What year did it come out?
Let me check here.
It was for the Wii U, so it wouldn't have been that long ago.
Yeah, I want to say like 2013.
Yeah, a lot of times too. Like I remember seeing that game in EB Games. I think they even had like a demo for it on like a Wii U at the time in the store or something.
That's possible, yeah.
But like the game just didn't like look like something I'd be interested in, and that could have just been marketing too. Like their marketing just might not have been very stellar on it, not making people want to go and get it on day one.
Yeah.
Because it happens.
It's the Platinum curse too. Like they never have a stellar launch day for the most part. It's usually like a couple days after that someone goes, "Yo, man, did you play that new game? It's super good." And then it gets
new
super
game,
hyped.
Astral's Chains.
Yeah.
But then the game comes out on the Wii U, and nobody has a Wii U.
Exactly.
So nobody's saying that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was just, how could they know that? People thought the Wii U was going to be the killer system, you know? Fantastic.
I didn't think it was going to be the killer system, but I definitely bought it with hope, and was yeah.
I think
Okay, so we
the
have
only Nintendo system.
we
I
have
don't know.
mixed opinions there on whether or not that news was neat
I think it's neat.
or not neat.
So we'll go on to the next one. I'm going to mix the kind of three things together. So recently they have announced, or leaks have shown two, which is the Catherine Full Body Edition and XCOM 2 are coming out potentially on the Switch.
Is XCOM 1 on Switch?
No. The second one's way better, like
But
substantially.
A lot of people really want that style of game.
It's Valkyria Chronicles pretty
is
much.
on Switch.
Yeah. And Saints Row 3.
Sorry,
4. 4.
I do like 4. Saints Row 3 is my favorite. Isn't that already on Switch?
Yep.
3 is, yeah. But not
Saints
4.
Row 3 is my favorite. 4 was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If it was like $29, I'd buy it again on Switch.
I don't know the pricing, but I
It
can
won't be
guarantee
that.
you will not.
But I mean, like one day if it's $29, because that is a game that'll go down on Switch.
Yeah,
It's not-
absolutely.
It's not like a huge Switch tax
Absolutely.
game. If that's $29, I would maybe rebuy it. And then XCOM, I've always kind of wanted to play. It's a little too serious for my tastes. You know?
It is very, very, yeah.
As much as I'd like naming characters as my friends and watching them die forever.
Yeah.
But like I have Valkyria Chronicles, which is like the same combat. Catherine, though, I'd be interested in because I never really got into it.
Catherine, so I played and beat the original Catherine. I bought the collector's edition. It was fantastic. Great game. I'm hearing some weird stuff in regards to
Full body.
because there's, I guess, a non-binary character that they like just treat like garbage or something like that in the game. I'm not being like PC or anything like that, but apparently that's getting a lot of backlash in regards to the game. But
especially
it is Japan, so they don't give a shit.
Japan is still a little bit behind on stuff like that, and then when it comes to North America,
which
is very forward on stuff like that, it could maybe clash a little bit.
I thought it was pretty interesting. Like I played, I think only like 5 hours of it because my roommate in college was. We did like a game swap, and I was interested.
Game swap,
Nani?
And I played a bit of it, and I was like, "This is pretty cool." But then I kind of got wrapped up in some other stuff, and I just never ended.
That game gets freaking hard.
Yeah.
Like when you're thinking a puzzle game, like or when you buy that game, the last thing you think is what the gameplay actually is. It's a like tower style platformer,
a climbing puzzle game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But oh boy, does that get difficult.
I just remember it being really weird.
One of the levels you fight a giant fetus baby and it tries to stab you with a fork, I'm pretty sure.
Devin was obsessed with that game,
Yeah,
if you
no
believe
surprise.
it. And then Jimmy also was a big fan too, which we know because Jimmy's a weeby fuck, as we always talk about.
As is Dev.
I'm pretty sure Charles actually has played it as well.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise
He was
me.
mentioning that.
Like I said, it's a good game, but it's one of those games that if you see on the shelf, you're like,
Devin actually went as Vincent to Anime North one year.
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
good for him.
Good for him. It's also an Atlas game, and
It does remind me a lot of Persona.
Well, it was the it was the tester for the engine that plays Persona 5.
Oh, really?
Yes, is why that game existed. Because that was the first PS3 to PS4 game kind of jump.
Was Persona?
It was the first PS2 to PS3 Atlas like core game.
Was Persona 5 the last PlayStation 3 game?
It was close, but I don't know if it was the last one. I bet you a sports title was probably the last one, if I was to guess. But
they do come out all the time.
Persona did come out on both, so
Yeah,
it came
which
out on
was
PS3
really
and
crazy.
PS4. It is, and
Console binary, as we call it.
binary. I'm really happy for Persona 5 Royale because they've actually touched up all the textures because there isn't a version for the older gens, so it's actually going to
that
look a little nicer.
April or March?
March 31st, so pretty damn close.
Right
to both.
at the end.
Yeah, and I watched a video on everything that's different. Like it was a non-spoiler one. Holy hell,
We're gonna have
there's
an
a lot.
episode out on March 31st.
Are we?
It probably won't be on Persona.
No.
because it'll be recorded before it. But
All right, so
that was neat. You know, I'm always cool with more Switch ports.
Yep. And I really like the third-party support that we're seeing now.
I'd like an opportunity to play Catherine.
yeah, and honestly, you should. It's a good game. I almost bought it for the PS4 because it went on sale during Boxing Week or something like that for pretty cheap. And yeah, I almost picked it up, but I don't know if I haven't touched my PlayStations. I read on Jess's PlayStation because we use it for
Yeah, like how many
Netflix?
days it's been since you signed on?
It's been 5 months since I've played my PS4.
Really?
Damn, dude.
I played mine today.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you play?
Tennis.
Gross.
We'll talk about that later in the in
gross.
what we've been doing for the
I'm
past
not
week.
game swapping that game. Fuck you. So this one is now out of date, but because it was the Fire Emblem DLC comes out on the 13th of
I'm
February.
excited for that.
But it's out. It came out already.
Oh my god.
I didn't buy it yet.
I'm currently playing it. It's pretty good. It's a little weirder because there's no like class leveling up that I've found. But the 4 new classes are awesome, and I really hope when you beat the game, you get them in the
still
rest
just
of the
so
game.
confused as to what they're doing with the story, like the main story in it.
I don't know.
They just didn't finish it, you know?
Is it free LC or do
No,
you
this
Oh,
one was a
no.
paid expansion.
Have you
Jesus
played
Christ.
any Fire Emblem game with DLC before? They come out
I've
with
never
like
played any Fire Emblem
Fire Emblem.
game to
Typically, they
begin
come out with
with.
like 60 packs of DLC.
And at
There's,
least
like,
one of them's a beach one
beach
where
party,
you
yeah,
get
where you
tickle
get
bitty
the-
anime girls.
Yeah, and sometimes you get like the
Ew.
costumes. They do that a lot. It's a classic Japan thing.
Yeah. It's either maids or that.
So at least this is like a story focused DLC, but
Yeah.
the main story in Fire Emblem Three Houses, in my opinion, was not finished. So we always thought that when they said like their Phase 4 DLC was the story DLC, so I always figured it'd be that.
It was finished, but there were a couple characters that were important bad guys that kind of just
You just have no idea what happened to them. You're
We're
like, okay.
gone.
But now instead they were getting mole people. What we've all been asking for.
they're called they're the Ashen Wolves.
mole people.
That's so stupid.
I feel like it's still cool. It's just that one day, hopefully, I hope they come with a different DLC that
To be fair, I don't know what's
Kinda
going
ties
to
the-
happen for this. I'm only on
maybe
chapter.
it'll link it up. Who knows?
I'm on
Probably
chapter
not, but
4,
maybe.
I think, but it's good.
Will there ever be like a complete edition? Or
Unlikely. They never
No,
do.
Yeah, I don't think they do that. What was the price?
$30 something for all the DLC though. And there's when I loaded it up, because it's been a while, I was just like, this has been added, this has been added, this has been added, this has been added. You can now play as Anne in chapter 3. This has been added, this has been added. So like there's a lot. I honestly kind of wish I waited to play the second campaign, because they've added a new character pretty much in each.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't in a big rush.
I'm not going to spoil, but you do in the Black Eagles, you do get the Dark Knight like character.
Yeah, Jaritza. Yeah.
Fuck you.
You think anyone will remember that name?
No, absolutely not.
By anyone, I mean Phil?
Yeah, it's true.
Jaritza.
Yeah.
Doritos, exactly.
Doritos, yeah. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I like the new classes. It's like War Mage or War Monk. So it's like a monk who can cast healing magic. Trickster's back.
Oh, yes.
Valkyrie, which is the female Dark Knight, like Black Mage
Like
Knight.
on a horse with magic.
Yeah. And then there's the Dark Flyer.
Makes sense.
I do not know if the Dark Flyer gives you Gale Force, though.
It won't. They won't do it. I'll go with neat because I like Fire Emblem, and any sort of support for the game is good. That means higher chance of more people buy the DLC, higher chance of getting a Fire Emblem, another game, 4 houses,
or
5 houses,
Season Pass 2.
6 houses.
We'll get
the finished story.
Exactly.
There's always a little bit of not neat for DLC for me because it's just I just don't want to pay for it.
I mean, I'll give it a neat that they're still supporting it.
It came out July last year.
It must be doing pretty well that they're.
I think it was their
still
top-selling
content.
Fire Emblem game.
I just want them to come out with then a Path of Radiance port on Switch. I'll rebuy that. Do you know how expensive it is to buy that game?
Yeah.
Very expensive. So like they can cut down, like if you ever decided like, hey, I want to play Path of Radiance, to buy that game somewhere, unless you find like some sick yard
like
sales or something,
isn't it?
It's normally between 130 to like $200.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But if you had that on Switch for $49, that's a steal.
The Wii version, I snagged it for $10.
Oh, the Radiant Dawn?
Yeah. It was going out, and I asked the person working at an EB Games, I was like, can you check any store? I want to find this game. And there was, I guess, one employee that had it on hold in like Montreal or something like that. And then he's like, oh, yeah, we need it. And I bought it for $10.
And
that
I
was
owned that, and then Devin lost it. True fact.
Shout out
Not
Devin.
that one. The
Different one. I do own that one now.
Yeah.
That is neat.
That was neat.
That was neat, yeah.
That's
Okay.
neat.
Fallout 76 comes to
Probably not
Steam
neat. I'm just gonna
in
immediately
April
say-
with free DLC
I'm going to say
update.
probably not that neat.
Not neat. That game should be just.
I
you guys
gotta throw
gonna-
some quick ones in there.
Are you guys going to get it?
No,
Okay.
unless it's free.
No.
Even if it was free.
I feel like I could, but it's one of those games where you can load in online and just dick around with your friends. Like I feel
guess
like that could be fun.
The one thing I'll always say about Bethesda is things that suck, they slowly make better eventually.
They don't slowly make better. The modding community makes it better.
It's true, but they also put like some work in, like even like Elder Scrolls Online. That game
anybody-
sucked when it came out, but it's supposed to be really good
Yeah.
now.
Was anybody playing that Battle Royale mode? I've never heard of anyone even reference it.
I don't think it's out.
It's not out
I
yet.
don't think so. I think it was supposed to come with the Wastelanders DLC that got pushed. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me on that. 'Cause
Don't write it in stone.
Yeah, don't write it in stone. It's probably out.
The YouTube commenters are going to come for you again.
Trey's coming for me.
Listen, I don't care. Any comments are good comments.
Yeah.
But pretty much the only comments we got so far are just like questioning some of our facts. And I'm like, listen, man, for the most part, like we try not to even use our phones on here. We're not really going to care if our facts are wrong.
Yeah, mine are just notes. I don't.
I do want to be.
I would
right,
rather
at
be
least.
wrong all the time and have someone comment then constantly. They're just supporting us, really. Tricks on them.
Joke's on them. Ha!
But we do want to be a reliable source.
Yeah.
We're reliable-ish.
I feel like we're reliable in things we care about. But
It's
if we're
true.
talking about Fallout 76 and we say something wrong,
Who gives a
fuck?
shit?
Yeah.
So yeah, if one of our commenters out there have played the Battle Royale,
Yeah, you can fight us.
yeah, tell us.
Let us know. Yeah.
Fight me in IRL.
Next one. Are we good with the next one?
Hey, that was not
okay.
neat.
Not neat.
So this is it's not Pokemon Home news, but it's other Pokemon news. They added the Gigantamax Toxtricity in the most
I saw
recent
that. Wasn't there
update.
something else too?
But Gigantamax wise?
Yeah, I thought there was the second one.
No, I thought it was just the Toxtricity.
Maybe. I don't remember.
I know they added higher spawn rates for the Kingler and Milcery.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Toxtricity one. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I keep getting sad that I'm not currently playing Sword and Shield again. Like more.
I feel like come June, I'll be like balls deep in
Yeah,
it
but
again.
I worry that I'll get too far behind by June because as Pokemon Home's out, there's like 450 Pokemon you could transfer over. Probably get into that in more detail when we get to Pokemon Home news.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I haven't been playing, so I haven't been hitting all these like
milestones and whatnot.
Yeah,
for
and
it.
like when there's all the like events of like, ooh, this one's
I've
gigantic
been pretty
right
good. This is
now.
the only one I haven't turned my system on, but I just started playing the Fire Emblem DLC, so I'm like into that.
Yeah,
so
it's,
maybe
it's just how I can't like. I normally can't have like one game that I just play like year round a little bit. I always just get into a game really hard for a short amount of time
Yep.
to like beat it, then get into a different game.
Pokemon, I feel, is that game for me that I can just kind of hop on, do whatever needs to be done, and then leave. But it's kind of like my pseudo MMO experience. I just hop in,
that'd
do
be
my
closer,
dailies,
like,
and off I go.
I am gonna start 14 against you.
Are
actually,
you?
yeah.
Oh,
Me and
neat.
Ryan have been in talks.
Well, then we're
Trying
going
to
to
set
talk
it
about
up.
this.
You know, we've been trying to settle on when we're gonna start.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a subscription based game, so
Now
have to make
you
sure
can
you're
wear a
into
dress.
It. Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that why you're getting back into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, Final Fantasy 14 was always ahead of the times. They had gay marriage in the game before, like pretty much any other game or most things.
Or like countries.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of countries that don't, but and you can also like in the game they have a marriage system, but they also do marriage in real life. So if like there's a lot of like I'll just say weebs because it's the nice way of saying it. There's a lot of weebs out there who like. You know, they play the game with their couple. You know, I've actually in like my guild, there's so many people that are married in the guild, and then there's a lot of them in Japan too that then get married at like the Eorzea thing. They get like a Final Fantasy wedding in real life. It's got to be very expensive,
But man, that'd be cool.
but if that's what you're into, then
That's pretty sick, actually.
there's
That's
also,
pretty
like,
neat.
If I
would
went to
say.
Japan, I'd be going to the Eorzea Cafe. They have full cafes built around Final Fantasy 14. Which is pretty cool. All like the foods named after certain things in the game, and every time you order one thing or a drink, you get like a collectible card.
Sorry, my hat's fucking my ear up. It's really annoying.
Luckily, it's on the side no one can see.
Exactly.
So you just have like one side fully rolled up. But yeah, I mean that's cool. That has nothing to do with the news we're talking about. But
No, not at all.
but that was neat.
It was neat.
Yeah.
Ready for the next one.
Yeah.
The Baby Yoda pop vinyl is the best-selling pop vinyl of all time, and it's not even out yet.
I'm not surprised, but
Just through pre-orders alone.
the only other one I would have said was maybe close would have been like a Baby Groot vinyl. Like,
Would The Mandalorian have been as good if there was no Baby Yoda?
yeah, the show would have
Well,
been as good.
Would it have been
Ba-
as popular?
No, not as profitable.
Yeah, but it was the whole plot, so who knows? It would have to be a whole different show.
Yeah, what if the Mandalorian actually went to pick up Baby Groot instead?
Or
That'd be a crossover.
Baby
I am
Jar
Yoda.
Jar?
Baby Jar
if
Jar.
it was Baby Jar Jar, no one would watch.
I loved the Gungan reference that they did. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, under the helmet, what are you, a Gungan?" And I was like, making fun of
Imagine
episode
if he
1.
was, though.
Shit. Except I know it's Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And you'd see him. Then
Do you?
yeah,
No, you don't see him.
yeah, you do. Did you watch the fucking show?
Yeah.
Last episode,
He
man.
takes off his helmet.
Oh, do you actually see him? in
Yeah,
last
the
episode?
robot. He's just like, "Oh, no man can see my face." He's
Oh,
like,
right,
"Beep, boop,
yes.
I'm a robot," and he's
Beep,
like,
boop, I
"Oh,
am
okay."
no man. I
He's
just
like,
picture like the
"I
end
am
of,
no
yeah,
man."
the end of Lord of the Rings. I am no man. And then his
He's like,
robot.
"What?"
Yeah, I did see that. I just forgot. It's been long enough.
Yeah, but was it neat or is it not?
I don't know.
I'm going to say...
Bitches be crazy. Like
It's
I
true.
don't know.
I'm gonna say neat only for the reason that like good job, Mandalorian.
listen,
like
If they
you're
get any of the
selling.
profits on that kind of stuff,
That
then-
just means I'm getting like multiple seasons now.
the next season comes out this year still.
Yeah, no, but I meant like multiple seasons.
That's true.
Might get a Mandalorian movie.
It was a good show.
Oh,
So if its merch sells well, then that's neat.
yeah, it's
It was a
fucking
good
spaghetti
show,
western.
but
It's
not
good.
a great show.
It wasn't mind blowing, but I don't
No.
normally. I actually, unlike movies, I expect TV shows to get better every single season.
Yeah.
When I
No.
think you don't think so,
No.
It never happens.
that's not true.
Well, okay.
You haven't seen The Last Kingdom on Netflix.
One day, it won't ever happen.
It gets
but-
better every single season.
Like the last episode of The Mandalorian was great for two things. The face reveal was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have never laughed more in a Star Wars thing than the first 10 minutes of that show. Or maybe not 10
with the
minutes. With the
stormtroopers?
two stormtroopers like punching Baby Yoda and like trying to
It
fail
was,
shooting.
Well, one was Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Who was the other one?
It was somebody popular, but I don't
Yeah.
remember who it was. But that made me laugh. Like I just was like, why are you laughing
There
so
was
hard?
a lot of jokes in the one spot, like them constantly missing with their
yeah,
guns.
and
too,
then it's
shooting
like
at a
stormtroopers
can.
missing, and it was fun.
It was
good.
I also really my favorite episode was probably the jail episode.
Oh, it was good. It was a good
I really
one.
liked that one.
I forget.
Where they go to the prison to break out the one guy.
And then they
Yeah.
try and like screw him over, but he just like goes rage.
I
on
felt
them
bad
and-
for the guy with the button. He was like, we don't need to shoot him. And then the girl like throws a knife at him and
Oh,
kills him. Yeah,
yeah,
I was
it's
like,
true.
oh man, you tried
Poor
to do your job.
Worker number 4.
He was doing his job. I think that was actually one of the directors
I can see it.
played that character.
A lot
I
of
think.
cameos and
Yeah.
shit in Star Wars.
Star Wars
especially.
fucking loves cameos. So two things of news in regards to the same thing. I don't know if you've seen it, but they posted the full Final Fantasy intro, like the intro movie.
Not only have I seen it, I have also seen a hacked version of the demo.
Ooh.
I watched it today. We'll go in quick. So it has the person posted this 3 weeks ago, and it included the entire intro.
Yeah.
As well. So I was like, oh, I've seen this the other day, but I'll watch it again. And then it pretty much had right up till the end of like the Mako reactor spot.
Yeah.
Like where you'd expect a demo
Like
to end
right
for that
before
one.
the Scorpion.
No, after.
Oh, after. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
like after the whole thing. And
Feels like, what do you talk about?
I'm not gonna lie though, game looks sick.
Yeah, no
Other than
shit.
the person I was watching made me angry. Literally,
they bad?
As they fight the boss, people like Baron, all them like use lightning on him. He's really, and the guy didn't do it once. All the comments were just raging at him the entire time. So the fight took like 20 minutes.
Ew.
It was
He's
like
just trying to lengthen the
It was
demo.
like a 55-minute video, but like the game actually looked very Kingdom Hearts.
I'm honestly
gameplay.
surprised they haven't put the demo out yet.
Maybe it's gonna come out when the game was supposed to come out.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Is they pushed it, gave it a month for a demo. Not that the demo is going to do any form of feedback. It's literally just, hey, you were excited for the game. Here you go, bud. You can try it.
It actually looked very Kingdom Hearts. It was a lot of like, hold square to just constantly attack or hit square
Yeah.
to attack. You change different modes. You have your limit breaks, magic. You switch to Barret at some point to shoot like gun or like turrets that are too far away.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, like, and the best part was just Jesse hitting on Cloud the whole time. It was so good. Don't talk about anything.
I do think we have to confirm. One of the commenters said that there is no turn-based.
Yeah, I was pretty sad about that, but
Yeah, I think it's just the one mode, but it looked really fun. Like I don't. Like,
yeah.
Like if you watch this, you can watch it because it's no spoilers. Like Phil's worried about spoilers.
Yeah, but
or something.
I want to go in blind on like I know obviously I've seen gameplay, but like I want to go in blindish, I guess.
It made me like really excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of considering streaming it.
Like, I think 100% we should stream it. I'd say.
Like do like a let's play of it.
Yeah, not even. I would just say that like try and like come over 5 hours at a time. Just record 5 hours of it. Have the entire thing streamed right to the YouTube channel.
This is why I wish that there was a
I can
midnight
try.
release.
You can buy it digital.
Yeah, if you buy it digital, it's a midnight release technically.
I don't want to buy it digital though.
I don't want to
No,
buy
I
it
don't
digital.
want to.
What are you,
No,
Jon
that's fair,
Snow?
but, that's honestly the thing though. It's far enough away now that we can technically book time off for it. So you just book like 3 days after, like just like the weekend or whatever it comes out a Tuesday, I'm assuming.
I don't
Friday?
actually remember at all.
One of those times. Either way, you just book
I know
like
it's
the next 2 days
really
off.
fucking close to Resident Evil.
I don't care.
I think it comes
I
out the
do.
10th.
April 10th? Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that is the time that I'm going to Jamaica.
Oh, that'll suck.
Well,
it sucks for
no,
Phil.
I come back on the 8th or 9th.
Oh, then you're fine.
I think it's the 14th.
So I'm probably not going to get
don't
time
remember.
off.
No, but that doesn't really matter as long as you're here for the game, though. But basically, all I'm saying is the opening video. So Phil hasn't watched the opening video because he's once he's sold, you don't need to keep
Oh, it
selling
is the
kind of
10th,
thing.
yeah.
Opening video was really good.
It was great.
Music was very
Did
nice.
you see the IGN posted a comparison video of the original?
I
and that?
didn't.
It's pretty nice to watch like how crazy we thought it looked then, and
Yeah.
then seeing it now, and you're
Stupid
like,
fucking cloud arms and
hey,
stuff.
Popeye Cloud Arms is hilarious, and I hope it's a costume because a lot of Square Enix games have been doing that. Tomb Raider, you got
That's true,
pointy
yeah.
boob.
I'm
Lara
gonna go out on a
Croft,
limb
so-
and say that there's no way this game's bad. I'm gonna say it right now.
I don't think it'll be bad. I think there'll be things that'll disappoint me. Only the like wanting more is going to disappoint me. It's
I
going to
feel
be
like by the time when it ends and you're like, oh shit, like now I have to wait like however long for the next part kind of thing.
Yeah.
But as the person in the comments let us know or remembered us that we got to stop looking at like it's episodes. Each one's a full
Yeah,
game.
he said.
Yeah.
It's
Think of it
not
like,
the Wolf
like
Among
13, 13
except
two
I
lightning
know
returns.
it's an episode of a game because the rest of the game is still coming out.
It really that's just a mindset thing.
Yeah.
If it helps you, you can look at it one way. Either way, you're waiting time between each one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, it's all built off the same system, so the time actually might not be that long. A lot of the time in taking a game is
Who knows?
is building up the engine and all the characters.
I
and stuff
still
like
think
that.
they're going to do the game more like Final Fantasy X, where it's going to be just like corridors to get to like the forest, like go through the forest and
Good.
stuff like that, which I'm fine with.
I
Yeah,
pray to the Lord it is.
yeah.
I'm going to
instead of
say
big
that
open
we
world.
don't get episode 2 for 2.5 to 3 years.
I'll say only within 1 year.
I think within 1 year.
Within the same time it's released. Within
I think
April
Video
10th,
Game Awards
2021.
or E3 will announce the release date of the next episode, and it will be either on the release date of it. Because I honestly think they're going to try and have the game done by their 25th anniversary, which is 97 it came out in.
think so.
Yeah, fuck, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 1997. So that would be 2022. The whole game would be out. Like the full game will be out on their 25th anniversary.
I think that people keep looking at it like they're multiple games. How like when a regular game comes out, it's not like 3 years till a sequel comes out. But the game, it's specifically going to build it all around the same look, the same engine. They don't want one game to have better graphics than the other one because it's like one big thing.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is just...
It's not like you're going to make the third part of the game look great. So much great that you can't go back and play the first one. It's going to be like, that'd be fucking hard.
It's frustrating, though, that they're deciding to do this now.
Why? Because the PlayStation 5 comes out?
Yeah.
The PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible, though. So, like...
Yeah, but I guess, like, just the idea of having everything on one.
And all they need to do is put a texture pack and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as, like, collectability, just having the PlayStation 5.
Are you telling me they won't release a PS5 all-in-one box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once they're all out with the PS5.
Kingdom Hearts, I don't know if it's in my news.
That it was on sale?
No, I don't know if... Yeah, I didn't put it there. There is a pack that you can buy. I think it's on Amazon and game stores coming out in April, and it has everything Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's the story so far plus Kingdom Hearts 3, and no, the DLC's not in it, but...
I think that's already out, dude.
Not the story so far is. It's been out for a couple years, but there's one with Kingdom Hearts 3 in it now.
I don't know. There's definitely a digital version with that.
Yeah, well, that's been out forever, but there's a physical version coming out. Oh yeah, and the other thing, sorry, I did say there's two. The Final Fantasy exclusivity window has been also pushed to correlate the delay. So the Final Fantasy is coming out on Xbox, but it comes out a year later. So it's now pushed till April next year instead of March next year. So they just fixed the
Sucks
month.
to have an Xbox, I guess.
Well, they're still going to be like, we waited, so we got the game anyways.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
That's a neat story. I like
that
the
is
intro.
a neat story.
Phil hasn't seen it, but the intro was good.
You ready for this one, boys? You ready for this one?
I'm not.
No, you're not. So Blizzard is accepting refunds on the Reforged edition and promised to fix all issues.
Oh, is that because everybody hated it?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the lowest rated game on Metacritic.
Why do people hate it so much?
So they
it's a
showed
classic
off how it.
expectation thing,
Well,
too.
they showed off how it should have looked, and then all it was is just a texture pack for 3, pretty much. Like they were showing like the cutscenes. Like, did you play Warcraft 3?
No.
Have you played any top-down
World of
RTS
Warcraft.
game? That's not an RTS game. StarCraft.
Nope.
You're fucking useless sometimes.
I actually had a girlfriend growing up, so I didn't have time for those games. Boom, roasted right here, Phil.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You must admit, StarCraft was like the classic, like
Nerd game, yeah.
the classic
Yeah.
nerd game at the time.
No.
It was like one of the first ones with the big
And
like
Diablo
esports
2.
community.
Yeah, Diablo 2 was great.
Yeah, I didn't play that either.
Anywho, the old game, it was top down, and then there was a ring under your character that lit up when they were talking, and there was like the dialogue bar. The Reforged edition showed like camera panning down to the characters and like going around them like it was an actual cinematic nowadays. And then we get the actual game, and it's like just a texture pack for it. So it was really
Was it a Kickstarter?
no, it was not. It was Blizzard
Would
going.
people have been very mad
Hey.
if it was a Kickstarter?
Yes, they would have. But that's Blizzard as of late. They've been pretty.
So I guess I don't know. I
Trash.
guess it's neat that they're trying to fix it, but it's not neat that they suck.
I respect them coming out and saying we understand something's wrong and we're
Yeah.
going to fix it. I respect that.
What if by fixing it they just stopped the release and then they said release it just on mobile devices?
Then that's a Blizzard.
Would that be cool?
That's the good old Blizzard bamboozle.
Blizzard's just been shitting the bed for the last like 5 years.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But, like the release of Overwatch was almost their down. Like that pretty much has been their downfall.
They have like a disgustingly loyal fan base that have been with them and given them so much money over the years. I don't understand how they can fuck this.
They
up
also
so
probably started
badly.
making a lot of money from Classic too, because that was huge.
Dude, the amount of money that they've made from World of Warcraft,
They should be
StarCraft,
set.
Like, it's insane. That they should just be doing fan service. Like, I can understand EA and stuff being shitty to their fans and only caring about their shareholders because their games probably don't make that much money.
No.
So they're like, yo, let's add these microtransactions to make money. But Blizzard makes so much money, and there's people who are completely okay with paying them as long as they get like good content.
Like I'm not going to lie, I'll probably buy Diablo 4.
Yeah,
But-
I'll wait till gameplay. I mean,
Exactly. I'll wait till there's like leaked copies and I can try it, or like there's demos or something.
Yeah, but I mean, all their Diablo games are pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
other than like they haven't really let anyone down until it came to like the mobile shit.
Yeah, pretty much. But Blizzard as a whole, as of late, has definitely seen a downfall
When's
in quality.
Overwatch 2 coming out?
They haven't said. And I'm pretty sure that was only announced so that people would forget about Diablo Immortals.
It's true. Overwatch 2 is a game I don't understand why anyone needs.
Yeah.
Just keep coming with Overwatch on different systems when they update, and then add in characters or modes or something like.
Yeah, I like the whole single player campaign where you level up your characters, but why is it not just an expansion?
Yeah, like no
And,
one really needs that as like the thing.
like
I
unless
don't
it's priced appropriately. Like if it's $50, then yeah, that's a DLC. Why not? But if they're gonna go out and be like free to play online, $80 though, then I'll
it's
be
just
a little.
it's just weird to me. It's not that I really care that I think they're trying to scam people with money. It's just like a weird. It's like that game. You could just have. I feel like it's cleaner. It's kind of like Destiny, right? Like I don't think there ever should have been a Destiny 2.
Just
I feel like they
continuous
just should have
that's
kept
that's
making
Activision's
Destiny
fault because
better
they
and
wanted
better.
to do that. That's what Blizzard.
Of course,
or
Activision did.
Bungie.
Thank you. Blizzard, Activision, Bungie. That's where my train of thought went. But they wanted to do that. Like as of right now, Destiny 2 being a free-to-play service right now where you buy into season passes, or not season passes, battle passes.
Yeah.
Like, apparently it's doing really well. There was a bit of a flop with the last DLC thing, but apparently this one's really, really good. I don't play the game anymore, so I can't say personally.
I re-downloaded it when it became free, and it was just kind of confusing, and I just wasn't ready to play it. But
Yeah, me too.
maybe
Yeah,
eventually.
one
It's
day.
free, so you know.
All right. Was that neat?
No.
No,
No.
because they shouldn't have fucked up so bad to begin with. I don't know.
There we go. All right. We're gonna clear through some of these ones.
Need or not, lightning round.
Okay. Persona 5 Scramble demo is available in Japan only.
Not
neat.
need.
Not neat, because I want to try that demo.
Okay, yeah.
Outer Worlds delayed due to coronavirus, but now comes with a physical cartridge when it comes out.
Neat.
Well, am I going to get the disease from the physical cartridge when it comes out?
No.
Okay, then neat.
Listen,
Neat.
they should have done that from the get-go.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm always confused because it should be not neat because there should be no reason for that. But the news is technically neat.
They could have just waited if they had the ability to wait and put it on a cartridge.
Why not?
Yeah.
It could have been Microsoft just being fucky. Who knows?
Could have been.
Who knows?
The story's neat. It's cool. They're coming with the physical.
All right. Xbox Series X says it is not competing with the Switch or PS5. It says its main competitors are Amazon and Google.
That's not true.
That's neat.
That is 100% what they've come out and said.
But why?
Why not? They're just a game-based service. That's just a box that's providing the service. That's all that they want to do.
Yeah, but like, I don't really like. How are they really competing with like Google?
Stadia?
But no one has Stadia.
Yeah, but they're talking in terms of like, hey,
In the future.
in
kind
the
of thing?
future,
Yeah.
they're Amazon is gonna, dip their toes in it. Google's already dipped their toes in it. Microsoft is gonna have xCloud. Like they want to. That's what they're pushing for. They don't care about having the ability to have all these exclusives, even though they're going to. They're just like, yo, we want to be the first ones to perfect the streaming service.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's fine and all, but I mean, like for the most part, Xbox has still been losing constantly to all the other systems too.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know why they think they're gonna win this one.
I mean,
Who knows?
I don't know. I guess Google Stadia didn't have a very warm reception, because I think some of their systems just fucking terrible. Like some of their
The internet's not good enough to do what they wanted to do.
and their marketing is still bad. It's like that. It would work so well like in Japan if you like lived in like Tokyo.
Yeah. Apparently,
Internet would be
we're
sick.
like in like the hub cities with like Google Fiber. Apparently, it still doesn't work.
Yeah,
I mean,
neat idea.
and if that was really their intention, I don't think that they would want to have like something with the hardware that's like competing with a PC.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that because they're coming out with the hardware that's competitive with the PlayStation 5.
But Microsoft is it?
Oh, I did have the Kingdom Hearts news. March 17th is when it comes out. I did have
the
that whole
whole
Kingdom Hearts
thing.
pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's neat.
I
I'm
mean,
happy
like-
for
I think it's a
them.
little pompous of them, but yeah, I guess it's neat.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's not neat. I'm just like, I don't know. To
That's
me,
pretty much saying, hey, we don't want to be a console. We just want to be a streaming service.
They're just a box.
Yeah.
It's just a box. But what's the point? Why
But
would
what okay, the Xbox One failed so bad because they wanted it to be a media system, not a console.
Yeah, but they approached it a very terrible way at the beginning, and then towards the end,
They shot themselves in the foot.
But they've done well now.
But I mean,
I think.
but like something like Switch, for instance, though, is just full out basically saying like, hey, we're like just a console with our games, and that's still wildly successful.
I think
I think that Xbox just doesn't know what the fuck they want to be half the time.
for me, I'll probably get the new Xbox in a couple of years just to be my like third party machine and pay for like Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep Game Pass up and they come out with a bunch of like new games on Game Pass, I would say like the same thing, but I would definitely not buy it day one
No,
Like-
hell no.
for the price.
If they come into the same day, 100%, I'm putting my money on PlayStation. Like 1,000,000%. Like I'm not buying the Xbox day one.
Yeah, I'll probably be getting.
I won't say I might not. Who knows? We'll
I'll
find
probably
out.
get the PlayStation 5 day one. I would assume.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
definitely.
We should do like a midnight launch. Will there be a midnight launch?
I don't know.
Do they do midnight launches for systems?
It depends on how busy some of the. Like I bet you cities do. Out in bumfuck nowhere here, probably
That's
not.
true. Actually, the last couple of midnight launches have been like the show up, like the turn up has been like really low. The last one was Pokemon, but then there was also a big thing about like people in their Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Even
How
though,
many
you know,
people are buying
best-selling
digitally,
Pokemon game of all
though?
time?
A lot of people buy digital. Like
But
it,
how many people are
for
buying
midnight.
digital PlayStation 5s?
You wouldn't steal a car, would you?
no, you wouldn't
Download a car.
You idiot! If you're gonna quote the commercial, quote it right.
Was that still just the Xbox news?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, here's some weird ones, but I didn't. It's not a spoil. It says rumor PS4 remote play may be coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? I mean, like, no, whatever.
I don't know remote play, but like maybe bring some games.
Yeah.
Remote play never worked that well. I don't care what people say. I used to try it on my Vita all the time.
Oh, trying to play Bloodborne at like
Trying
at
to
work
play,
or something like
anything. I tried to play like Final Fantasy 14, right? Because I was like, I can play that MMO anywhere. Stupid idiots.
that.
But then like, just nothing ever worked that well. Internet connections were always too slow, no matter where I was.
Apparently, it's got better though. That's what
That's
I.
true. That was years ago.
That was like
So-
launch time. So
Yeah.
who knows? If it does, cool. Anything for my Switch, I'm okay with.
Okay, why don't they just do like PlayStation Now on Switch?
Because PlayStation Now isn't good on PS4. Why would they have it on Switch?
It might be now. They updated it.
Yeah, they added so you can download stuff. Guess
Yeah.
what the Switch doesn't have? Enough
I guess,
hardware
but I mean,
space to
in
download
general,
stuff.
for
You could
PlayStation.
download like one game.
You think
Maybe.
that should have been obvious to have like the download option, but it was a very good choice of them to finally do it.
All right. Mhm. Did you say that was neat?
I mean, like that's just weird. I don't know.
I don't
whether
think
or
that'll
not it's-
happen.
I also don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
know.
rumors that
I'll
I
say
read.
not.
Nah. Okay. Leakers may have confirmed the next Smash character. He is the person.
Crash.
Yes, it is
Bandicoot?
apparently supposed to be Crash Bandicoot. This leaker has pretty much been 100% correct in all of the guesses. It confirmed Byleth before she
mean
was
Blythe?
announced. Blythe, Blythe, before they were announced. So if it's true, we might have Crash Bandicoot being announced by the end of February.
That would make sense.
I would-
Crash or Spyro.
I'm fine with either.
or Sora.
No.
Have you seen the complaint? So everyone was just like, it's like, don't give us another Fire Emblem character, another sword wielder. We want Dante. We want Sora. And it just named a bunch of other sword people.
Excuse me.
It's a Keyblade.
So we're
Who
using a
cares?
Keyblade?
Yeah, it's still a sword style weapon, but I just chuckled
My
at
little
that.
mini Roxas would disagree with you.
Yeah,
See him?
I do see him.
He was $1.
He's cute.
He is Kawaii
He's
Desu.
Kawaii Desu.
Yeah.
Why is he stabbing Zelda?
He doesn't like Zelda very
Oh,
much.
okay.
That's actually predicting Smash right there.
Oh, perfect. Roxas?
They're gonna come out with the next one's gonna be Roxas.
No, it'll be a
joins the
Sora,
fight.
but with a Roxas skin.
Perfect.
All right. Next, Atlas did its annual survey. They do this every year, annual. And they asked, what do we want to bring to Switch? Can you guess?
I wonder
Persona
what the
4
answer
Golden.
is.
Persona everything. The top 10 responses was pretty much Persona and Shin Megami Tensei everything.
I guess. Okay, in order, I would want Persona 5 on Switch,
Yes.
then Persona 4 Golden, and then P3. Only because I like P3 more than P4.
Me too.
But I've beaten P3 more than I've beaten P4.
It's true.
So
I would also like some of the other Shin Megami Tensei games that
Yeah.
kind of are stuck on the 3DS. I would like to see them come forward because I know there's that Shin Megami Tensei game that was announced a million years ago and is still kind of in like a weird purgatory that it hasn't come out. But I would like to see that. That'd be cool. Neat
neat.
or not?
Neat.
Next one.
Because if they're asking that question, that means they're thinking about it.
Well, I think they're just thinking where they can put their money to make more money.
Yeah, and that's on Switch.
What if Atlas did a Kickstarter for Persona 5?
I'd be on
Switch?
it. Like I would be that within 20 minutes.
There's no reason Persona 5 cannot be on Switch. I'm just saying.
It's a
The
pretty
art
big
style.
game.
Yeah, but the art style and stuff.
The
they
art.
went with,
Well, it was on the PS3.
it's not that graphically demanding and to look good.
I honestly want to play Persona 5 Scramble because apparently it's just Persona 5 2.
You can't though. The demo's only in Japan.
The game's coming out in Canada though. Next one, Jeff Keighley is not going to E3 this year
Why not?
because he doesn't want to. He says that it's a decline in the quality of E3.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Not wrong.
But if the boy Jeff Keighley says it, then
Yeah, because I remember
he's
reading.
kind of the video game guy.
I remember reading reports that potentially Nintendo wasn't going to be there, but then Nintendo
Yep.
did in fact
Yep.
confirm.
Mr. Doug Bowser says that he is going to be going to E3 this year. I don't think they'll have a conference, but they will have a booth there.
But
So
no,
to-
Sony is kind of a.
That's what 2-3 years in a row now.
The thing is,
They don't
it's
need
that it kind of like how the Game Awards suck. Bless your face. It's kind of like how the Game Awards suck. E3 is just like so little of it's actually.
Yeah, we
like-
don't need it now.
It's just watching cinematic trailers.
Yeah. No, the day they said that people can go, ruined E3. Like when they said the masses can go, I as soon as that happened, I'm like E3's not special anymore. You had to get like
It's
media
only
passes.
special for the like compilations after, like the cringe compilations and that kind of stuff.
Completely off topic here. The video of the guy who said "you're breathtaking," I found that on YouTube. It's actually his phone, and Keanu Reeves points at the camera and says "you're breathtaking." And I'm like, oh my god, this person exists. Like he's real, and it made me laugh.
I was at the Oscars. You were there.
You
for
were at the
this.
Oscars?
No, that's a bad way to start the sentence. Well, we were watching the Oscars. He was talking with somebody. I don't remember who was it.
His
Keanu Reeves?
mom,
Yeah, it wasn't his mom. It was
his girlfriend.
no. It was he was up presenting on stage like awarding with
yeah.
this like older lady, someone really famous. I don't know if anybody watches.
I
this.
did not watch the Oscars, so
But anyways, at one point she said like, "You're amazing," and then he's like, "No, you're amazing." I was like, "No, you should have said you're breathtaking, Keanu. You could have made a new meme
That's
for
your
us."
catchphrase.
But it was really close.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Lovely man.
But is that neat?
Which
Or not?
one? Keanu
Jeff
Reeves
Keighley.
is very neat.
Jeff Keighley.
I don't give a fuck about Jeff Keighley now.
But he's, I don't care, but he is right.
Yeah, like I understand.
E3's getting worse.
I
It's a
do care
fact.
about him, but not like enough that it's really like disheartening at all
it's
that he's not
it's
going.
a
But
sign that he's not going though.
yeah, exactly. He understands that it serves no purpose anymore, especially since Nintendo just ends up streaming their stuff. The only thing it would be is if they announce the game that you can usually play it at E3. That would be like the only reason to go to
Like
E3.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, like something like that. Like they
Playable
had Breath of the
demo.
Wild demoed that day, I'm pretty sure. I guess it was after E3, so it would have been Mario Odyssey.
Like
There's
their
Mario
Treehouse?
Odyssey that was announced and then was playable that day. But yeah. So that was E3. I think it's.
Yeah, as I said, he's right. E3. It kind of like all the video game industry parts are becoming so commercial. I don't know. Like if you watch, I mean, did we all watch the video game awards or like parts of them after?
Yeah.
I
How
watched
like
the entire thing.
it's like 90% ads, and then they throw a little bit of video game awards in there.
The
many of
best
them are
part
off-screen.
of this last one, and I know this is segueing back, and we probably talked about it, is when Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel, who were both definitely drunk, came out on stage and showed off their shitty PS3 game. My favorite
Because
part.
no one ever cares. It's like all those like really cringy celebrity guests at E3 too. How bad they
Hey,
are.
Keanu Reeves was a gem.
Keanu Reeves was fantastic. Who was the-
Berthal.
There was a lot of bad. No, I like John Berthal. He had
Oh,
a
I
good,
thought you were gonna say another good one.
he had a good performance. Yeah,
No, he just had a dog.
Yeah, but it was still like he had like a good speech. I was pumped. I don't care if the game came out sucking.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But, all right. Next thing, the Dice Awards happened.
What the hell is that?
I don't
Dice?
remember what it stands for, but it's an award ceremony. That's not E3. That it's like the pseudo E3. But Untitled Goose Game won Game of the Year, motherfuckers.
What game? Of the year?
Woo!
Out of all the games, or just like a
I mean,
category?
it was Game of the Year.
every single game that came out in 2019.
No, like there was like a cat, like kind of like the E3 game, or not E3, the Game Awards game, like Game of the Year. They picked like 5 or 6 games.
But it's not like indie games. This is just all games.
Yeah, all games, yeah.
I feel like-
100%.
What was it running against?
I don't remember. I can find out. I know Control won a shit ton of awards, which I'm actually pretty happy it won a bunch of awards.
I feel like, I mean, for someone it's probably their game of the year, but You're telling me that that's a better game than like
That game was fantastic.
But was it Game of the Year fantastic?
I don't know about that.
Maybe they're just
The
trolling.
nominees was Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game.
I mean, I feel like Disco Elysium is probably a better game, and I haven't even played it.
I don't like many of, or like not that I don't like any of those games, but none of those are like games I was interested in anyways.
Outstanding achievements in animation. The winners was Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Outstanding in art direction was Control. Outstanding in characters.
Untitled Goose Game?
won
That
best
goose,
character.
man.
Yeah, the goose one.
I think
That was a character.
I really want to play Control. I just want it to go down to like
Me too.
$30.
Best audio design, Death Stranding. I've been watching. I got lazy and couldn't play Death Stranding, so I just watching.
you could just deliver mail in real life.
I could be a UPS guy.
I mean, that story's neat for Untitled Goose Game. I mean, I wouldn't 100% agree with it, but
I know.
I don't really care about any of those other games winning either, to be honest. So
It's true.
good for it.
And then the last one was Nintendo dropped the website F Nintendo. They're called. They're a very popular like website that I think it's Fan Nintendo is what it stands
Okay.
for, not Fuck Nintendo.
That's
like
why I was thinking.
But
Weird naming.
they dropped them because they pretty much leaked all of the Pokemon Sword and Shield news before Nintendo could actually do it.
Why didn't they title it the website F Nintendo in the A, like in the Americas?
Who knows?
You know?
.ca. Who
That'd be a
knows?
good title.
But that's
Not neat.
That's most of my news. Like that's
Yeah,
all
I'm-
I have
I'm
right
sure
now.
there was some news missed, like smaller
Oh,
news.
absolutely. Like I said, I panicked and
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
but none of us have also tested Pokemon Go, so I don't know if we really want.
I don't want to pay for it right now.
You can get it for free, but for free you can only move over.
You mean Pokemon Home? You were saying go.
Oh yeah.
well,
I
it
mean-
connects to Pokemon Go, so yeah, he's not wrong, but he
Yeah,
is.
so to move over everything from Pokemon Bank, you have to have the subscription, but it also does give you the Pokemon Bank subscription to be able to re-sign
that?
into that to move everything
Okay.
over. But for free,
well,
you
it's
can
like
still
$15
use
a
it.
year. I think it's all it
think
costs.
so.
Like honestly, it's not much, but maybe in June.
The only reason I want it is because it would be really cool to have the 100% living decks of all the like 900 Pokemon.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And have you seen? So what they did is instead of like having the sprites on it,
Yeah.
they're all the
models.
the artwork.
Yeah,
So like each of them is their own like nice little like picture. They
Ooh.
look really nice.
nice.
But maybe we'll get into that eventually. Maybe when we try it. Is
Yeah.
there a trial? That'd be sick.
I think you said there's a free version.
There is, but
So
like,
yes, there's a
you
trial
can't. I can't
version.
use that to move over all my shinies from like X and Y and all that kind of stuff though. So
See, I haven't kept any of my old games, so it's useless to me.
it's fair. Did you put any of them in the bank first?
You know what? I might
'Cause
have.
they might be there still.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
Well, good.
Fair enough. So that's our news. So next, we're gonna get into our game swap.
Ooh.
So we talked about this. I
turn my
was
phone
gonna
off.
say last week. We talked about this 2
weeks
weeks
ago.
Basically,
Well, we've been talking about it, I'm pretty sure, for a while.
We have, yeah. Our
And,
system is basically going to be that we each give the other person in our triangle here a game. Well, we're actually going to give them a choice of games.
Yeah.
Not a specific number. I think you have like 4. I have
have
like
4,
3,
yeah.
and Phil's got like 2 or something
I
like
have
that.
2 games, yeah.
And then
I
there's
hate
not really
both
any
yours.
set rules
I'm kidding.
on. You don't have to beat the game. You don't have to pay 50 hours. It's just about like experiencing
Oh,
it.
okay. Then I could have given you different games, but that's fine.
It doesn't matter. Like if you want to go and beat
I
it,
want to try to beat whatever.
that's what I'm
it
saying.
is.
Everybody should have the idea that they want to beat it anyways. But I'm saying like if you gave me a 5-hour game, I gave Phil a 70-hour game. You know, I wouldn't expect Phil to have to beat all 70 hours. of
You'd
it
be
kind
lucky
of
if Phil
thing.
put 2 hours in the game.
It's true. Very
Hey.
true. So the system here is that this time anyways, I'm going to give Phil a game. Phil is going to give Andrew a game.
Me?
And Andrew's going to give me a game.
You almost forgot your name.
I did no. I did not.
I did know.
Do you want me to go first for?
Yeah, you can go first. So I only have, I think, I have 2 physical copies here, but the other ones are in my mind and they're a choice.
Okay.
So yeah, you have yours within reach.
So I'll preface this. Did you see what the 2 are?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, okay. One of them was going to be Alan Wake, but then I looked on your
Yeah, that game's
history,
fantastic.
and so I can't do
How
that.
You're
cringy,
playing
how
it again.
cringy is my old profile picture?
It's pretty cool.
What was
But
it?
it's like I'm pretty sure it's me with like blonde, tall hair with
dear.
sunglasses. I'm sideways. I've got like pink polka dots, and I got like my hands in my pocket. And
Looks
that's my
just like you.
Yeah, it's great.
So one of them,
That was high school.
I know for sure you haven't played. You probably have not the best opinion of it because it's kind of like a B-rated title.
I played a lot of shit.
I don't think I saw it on your like list of games that you've played, but I feel like it's not something that you would have played.
Okay.
Okay.
Or if it is, maybe it's something you just didn't beat. Too.
So
I also played a lot of games at Kyle's place, so
it's fair. I already know what they are.
do you?
Yeah.
So the first one is.
Condemned 2? I have totally played that game.
Have you played it?
I have played that game. That game is fantastic and terrifying.
I really wanted you to play it with Axel.
We watched some,
No.
we watched some gameplay of it today because he's like, "Have you ever seen Condemned 2?" I'm like, "Nope."
It is a very underappreciated game. Now, I might be mixing. I play both.
Yeah.
Which one has the one where you walk into the chalet and there's a bear?
That is Condemned 2.
Is that the
Okay,
part
it
we
is
were
Condemned
watching
2.
today?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That part scared the living shit
We were
out
watching. I
of
was
me.
like, "Oh, so the enemy." I was like, "Phil, what are the enemies in this game?" He's like,
Drug
can't change."
addicts.
And then like we get to the part, I'm like, "Oh, all the enemies are bears. I get it now." He's like, "No, not all."
That
of them. They're
legit scared
different."
the shit out of me when I played
It's
that.
pretty terrifying, and
Yeah.
it's like the small corners that you have to walk in, and the dim lighting, and
Oh,
the point of view.
Fantastic game. I don't normally play like non-Resident Evil horror games. That game is phenomenal.
So now I guess we really got to. This just turned into a Condemned 2 Bloodshot review. So I guess now you got to really hope he didn't beat the other game.
I'm scared now because I feel like we have to.
Was this the you putting all the money in the basket on this one?
No,
I think that this one was kind of my second choice for you. The first,
Yeah, because I played this all at a buddy's place.
the other one. I didn't look to see if you've played it. I think we talked about it on the channel once, and you said that you might. I think you said you played a little bit of it, or you know what it is. Anyway,
I mean, no one else can even hear that. So people are like, "Why are they all stopping?"
the other one is a single player game.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you have played it, but we'll see.
Well, grab the case already, bud.
I feel like he's gonna have played it but not beaten it.
So it's Enslaved: Odyssey to the West.
All right, are you ready?
You played it?
I have not played it.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I have always wanted to play it
Phil made
because
me
I've
watch
heard it
a
is
trailer
amazing.
for it, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, I've heard it's fantastic. I can't remember anything about it when I saw my buddy play it. So yeah, I'm actually I have not played this game. I
the
love
guy seems
Ninja
to
Theory.
be enslaved, and they seem to be
Yeah,
on
by the
some
girl.
sort of.
I watched the intro cutscene.
Yes,
And
Yeah.
it's Andy Serkis is.
That's who it is. Yes, I was going to say
and
it's
they
somebody
seem
famous.
to be on some sort of Odyssey to the West, is what I remember the game.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but have we talked about it on the podcast?
Isn't it
before?
named Monkey?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It
Play
might
as
have been
Monkey.
mentioned briefly, but I don't think we always.
Yeah, because I remember this fat fuck. He's a dick. I remember him.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. I have not played this game, so I'm
And
gonna
it's
do
on
this.
PlayStation 3.
I do have one of
You
those.
have one of those?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm kind of glad that it wasn't a 360 game because I don't have my 360 with me.
So
It's in a
real quick,
box.
Phil, why did you pick Enslaved for him?
Because it's a single player game. It's a good single player experience that I feel like is kind of overlooked in a lot of ways and not talked about too often. But I remember playing it and just really being impressed with like the cinematics and how the
I
story.
feel like it just came at a bad time, or I would have 100% jumped on this game. Like it was in that era where I would have played damn near anything, and I feel like I just bought something else the same day or something like that, and just under the rug.
I think it's going to be hard to discuss because I haven't played it in like 10 years myself.
Oh, that's okay.
So I don't really remember too much, but I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it.
Oh,
we do it.
okay. Do you want to go next?
No, you can go next.
Oh, okay.
'cause we're
So
going in the
so I have
triangle.
4.
Okay, good.
Alrighty.
Gives me more choices.
It does. Now they're all for the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
If you don't have a working one, I have 3. I'm pretty sure.
I have a PlayStation 2 somewhere, but
And
I
then
don't know if
if
I
it
have
doesn't
all the
work.
cords and everything.
Oh, okay. Well, those are easy to get. Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
I'll do them one at a time.
Okay. What do we got?
So the first one I have for you.
Yep.
You know,
It's
the bouncer.
we watched the opening cinematic for that day too, and I was like, "Why the
Does
fuck
this
is
guy
Sora
not
in
look
this
like
game?"
Sora? Yeah.
What is
I literally-
going on with his neck?
It's edgelord.
He's a
Man,
sub.
The people in this fucking game are fucking edgelordy as shit.
But
Pretty
yeah,
much-
when we watched the video, I
Pretty
was
sure one of
like,
the guy's name is Volt.
Even on the disc, he looks like Sora.
"Yeah, we watched it." I was
Yeah.
like, "Why is Sora
Look
in
at
this game?"
Volt.
What
Isn't
Got
that
the
Giselle?
cactar. Yeah. It's Giselle. And then we got Koo.
Oh, that's Laguna.
Yeah,
Ew.
pretty much. And then Dominique is not the important character. Oh, I skipped the other
She's
page.
a dom, and then he's got
And
the
his name is
chain on.
Shion.
Yeah, that's just Sora, man. I don't know what to tell you. That guy had shoes that were twice the size.
So this is a third-person brawler. It is weird.
Yeah, why the hell did Square make a brawler?
I'm pretty sure it was engine testing, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Play the action
I don't
movie.
remember what came out after this, but it was definitely. It's also co-op. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you and Meg can
so
play.
you can pick one of the 3 characters to play.
I'd always play Sora.
Yeah, I was
going
going
to
to say he's the easiest character. So that's the first game.
Okay, let's see what else we got.
Okay, I feel like Phil might have actually played this next game.
There was one of the games I was hoping you had that you'd give me, but I don't think you did.
Which one?
Well, I'll tell you once you show me on
Oh, okay.
4.
So I feel like Phil's played this game. It's called Dark Watch.
No, I've never
Just
played
looks
that.
like Bloodborne.
That looks sick, though.
This game is a first-person shooter on the PS2. It's basically Van Helsing, but this game is fucking sweet. It is also co-op, but
It's made by Capcom. I've never even heard
yeah,
of it.
it's a one-hit wonder. This game is extremely underappreciated for the PS2 era. It's really good. So
Let me see the back.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me
It looks
back
like a fucking PS2 shooter, but it's a good
I
game.
like that there's just a big tubby lady being shot on the back picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a. I think it's a guy actually, and I think they puke at you. But you get a cool crossbow that shoots like explosive things. You get to dual wield guns, and
I've never
it's-
actually seen Van Helsing. True fact.
really
Yeah.
with not Vin Diesel.
No,
with
Viggo
Van
Mortensen.
Helsing
Hugh Jackman.
is what I meant to say, but that's his character.
I believe it or not, I knew that Van Helsing was in it.
Oh, what? You ready? You ready for the next
Yeah,
one?
number 3.
Okay,
bring it on.
This game, I'm just gonna say it every time, but I feel like you would have played this one. I feel like I lean away from the mic when I say that each
I
time.
did not actually play that many PlayStation 2 games.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of
This game is called Time Splitters Future Perfect.
I feel like I've seen this one before.
It's a first-person shooter as well. You can play as a monkey
Why can you play as a monkey?
because the game's dumb, but it is a.
The one guy looks like the dad from the Thornberry show. The guy on the right
Oh
side.
yeah. So this one you travel through time as this guy here. I think his name is Cortez. It's
split
been a
time?
long time. Yeah, Cortez. Yeah, you do. But it takes fun at it. Like it's a funny game. Like the
Oh,
second.
like Borderlands 3.
Yeah, better done. Like
This
yeah.
one's good.
Like the second mission you find, you go to like a haunted house, and the girl that's there is like the most teenage, like survival horror movie like protagonist. She's wearing like a shirt that just says slut, and she's just like she's got like a baseball bat. It's funny. Like it's a really good game as well. But
Okay, what's number 4?
you're number 4.
Let's see what number 4 is.
Do you like Tim Burton?
Yeah, I mean, he's okay.
It's not done by Tim Burton, but it looks like it. It is called Okagi.
Shadow King.
Shadow King.
What
the
the
hell
fuck is that?
Looks
It
like
is,
a movie game.
It is a turn-based RPG. You basically play this,
Little bitch.
and you get possessed by a shadow, and you have to figure out why. You get a bunch of party members and stuff like that. The art's wonky, like it's like the girl on the side.
Those are some weird eyeballs. That she has.
So that's why I kind of get the Tim Burton-esque style. But yeah, it's a really fun turn-based RPG. Jess actually showed this to me. I had never played it, and I had played it, and it's really, really fun.
Well, now I gotta make a decision.
You
though.
do have to make a decision. Do you want to give Phil his games, and then you have time to mull it over, or
No, he's got to
No,
make
I
this.
gotta,
gotta
I
make
gotta
it
make
now?
it now.
Okay.
You should tell him what you thought he was going to
Yeah,
recommend.
out of these 4 games, which one did you think I'd pick?
which one do you think I'd?
No,
you'd
no,
pick?
we're not going to
Oh,
say
okay.
that. Afterwards.
Okay, so
Afterwards,
the ones I would have wanted. I've never actually played any of the hack sign games.
Oh, I was actually going to
For
do that.
PlayStation 2, I've never played them, and the one that I was very surprised you didn't suggest is DMC5.
Yeah.
Because I have it on Xbox.
Yeah, I
right?
guess
and I was like,
could've-
Birch loves
I
that.
forgot that it
and
has-
you're
it can be
always
a
like,
game.
man, I want Cam to play DMC5.
Well, to be
Like,
fair,
fucking
we'll do
make
this
me.
later.
I'm like,
We will.
make me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Um,
It all depends on what you're looking for.
that's true. I don't know what I'm looking for. I feel like I'm leaning towards this game because it's a turn-based, which is what I'm familiar with. Very
yeah.
familiar with turn-based,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but it's got a little weird lady with eyeballs.
Like I said, it's weird.
It's cool, I guess.
There'll definitely be parts that you have to look up a guide for because it's old RPG where like
Yeah,
if you miss
get,
the dialogue, you're
lost
like
and
you're like
confused for life.
you're like how
Do you
about
wanna-
you? How about
do you want to know which one is going to take you the longest?
Yeah, which one would take the? I
100%
was-
Okagi.
Yeah.
It's 4 hours.
Okagi apparently will take 25.
Yeah. This game
I'm
you can rush
confused. How do
through.
is this like a brawl? Like you go?
Yeah,
and
it's a
punch people in the
third person. Like
face?
yeah, it's a third person like brawler.
Really?
Yeah.
For Square?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Okay, I'll pick.
Yeah, I was about to say
I'll pick the bouncer.
You pick the bouncer.
I'll pick the bouncer because it's Square, who I trust, and I also just
What?
don't want.
This one's Sony though. Like
that's true.
official.
I just
Sony
don't want to
studio.
play an old
What?
shooter game.
Which game?
I don't know how accurate this is, but 132 people voted on it.
For which
what?
game? The bouncer. Yeah. Oh, it's short.
Yeah.
Yeah. I beat it in like half a sitting. It's not a long game.
The main story apparently only takes an hour and a half.
I'm pretty sure it was an arcade machine.
What?
Yeah, like it used to be an arcade game.
I mean, imagine paying full price.
How sore is
Back
he
in the
on
day.
this disc though?
Yeah, that's what I said.
a
That is
hundred-
what I said.
This might have come out before Kingdom Hearts.
What was what year?
That's
was
what I'm
it
saying though. They
released?
might have just
Okay,
got that.
you look for the bouncer, or I'll look for the bouncer release date. You look for Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, 2001,
Okay, and Kingdom Hearts 1.
2002.
I think so.
So I mean, like,
Yeah, so I bet you it was a tech demo for
it's
for
just-
Kingdom
it's
Hearts.
So like maybe this one not so much like the hair, obviously more anime.
Yeah.
But like on that disc. Okay.
Yo, this looks like because it looks faded, or maybe that's like how
Oh, it's
it
an
came
old
out.
fucking case.
But it looks like one of those bootleg things that you would see at like a
As
convenience
you can see,
store.
I bought
5 for $20.
$20.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
Nice.
steal of a deal.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this game, it's really fun. It is kind of hard. So
I do suck at games too
yeah,
sometimes. So.
he's a bouncer in a bar called the Street Dog.
When you said the bouncer today, I thought it was gonna be like a shitty like Yakuza like game where I just play the bouncer and like,
well, you play a bouncer at a bar.
I'm also surprised you didn't make me play Yakuza too.
That, I have the first one, and I was thinking about it, but I'd rather you play Zero if you're gonna play
okay.
any.
So games for Phil.
Okay, let's
do
go.
ones I have physical. One of them I don't even think that I'm gonna suggest. It's
Okay.
in my pocket.
Why don't you just give me the ones that you don't have physical?
Like here right now.
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles 1. I only have it on PS3. That's the only one I own it on. You're not going to want to go and buy it on Switch, even though it is available. I do not own it on Switch.
It's number 3.
It's the first one.
Okay.
I own it on PS3, but it plays just as well as really the other ones.
Yeah.
Like, that game aged really well. It's
It's cell shade, so like
It's all cell shade. It
Yeah.
plays like XCOM. It's not anime at all. It's like It's like basically World War One, but like they changed the
it's
names.
the fakest World War One you've ever seen.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like a pig. I was trying to think of how I could describe it that makes it not at all sound real.
There's a guy who likes vegetables.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you have a squad. You get to pick which characters you want in your squad and have them in. There's different classes like snipers, stuff like that. But it plays along the line is when you start your turn, you get to pick your people like chess, move them around.
Okay.
Fun game, one of the good ones.
Yeah,
I'm
we
thinking
both
mainly
love that
for
game.
my system. It's like my favorite games that you've never got to experience.
My friend Mikey is a huge fan as well.
Very good. Plus, there's also like four.
fourth one's really
on
good,
Switch
too.
as well.
I have the fourth one on Switch if you did want to play it.
And then one of the
you
other.
do too.
I
Yeah,
do,
you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I just decided one because he's never played it. And
Yeah, that's
Welkin,
fair.
Welkin's just a badass.
So's the Claude's
Welkin
pretty cool.
Gunther. Yeah, he's no Welkin Gunther.
Yeah,
though.
but Raz is cool.
Welkin likes animals and fish and nature.
Okay, what's the next one?
So's Claude.
So the next
Anyway.
one is, of course,
Is it
Fire Emblem Path of
Emblem?
Radiance. My favorite Fire Emblem game of all time. A rare find on GameCube. It's got my boy Ike. If you've played Smash Bros, you know him. There's no extra stuff. It's just a straight through chapter by chapter story. There's no going to school in between. There's no finding people lost items. There's just you play from story mission to story mission. It is hard.
Fun fact: I've never beaten a game on GameCube on GameCube.
Could be your first one.
Luigi's
I know
Mansion.
have a
You haven't beat
GameCube.
Luigi's Mansion?
I don't own Luigi's.
Really?
Mansion.
Oh man, that game's fucking great.
So yeah, the game though it has no extra shit. It's just straight up story mission to story mission. It's decently long. You could probably beat it in what would you say, 20 hours?
20 hours, yeah.
I'd say.
Let me look it up.
Depending how good you are, I assume. I always find the game challenging because there's no grinding. You just have to do what you can do. And as someone who's never really played a tactical game, could be a new experience for you for sure. What are you looking up? Are you also trying to figure out how
Yeah.
long it is? Oh, it's a race. Who can figure it out faster?
33 hours, it says.
I'm getting mixed.
Mixed.
This is how long to beat.
Well, the thing is, as
33,
a
yeah.
tactical game, yeah, it really comes down to how good
Main
you are.
plus extra is 37, completion's 42.
Okay,
Yeah. So
that's not
obvious-
impossible.
You say not possible?
Not impossible.
Okay, yeah.
Is the
That's
story
not
good
possible.
though?
Yeah, I think it's good. It's just a war story, like all Fire Emblem games.
Okay.
It's
fine.
and I'm not. This isn't spoiling anything in regards to Fire Emblem, but it's always I'm this person. Oh, there's a battle happening. I gotta pick a side.
To be fair, on this one, it's one of the only ones that you're not royalty.
It's true. You're not a lord.
You basically just find a princess of a kingdom that was just destroyed, and then you kind of help her as like a young mercenary raise like her army in like a rebellion.
Okay.
Very good. Ike's an absolute badass. He's not jacked yet like he is in the second game.
Yeah, this is small Ike.
But that's part of life.
So
Favorite
is it
Fire Emblem
Path
of all
of
time.
Radiance 2?
No, it
Radiant
was
Dawn.
Radiant Dawn.
For Wii,
Okay.
which is the sequel. It takes place like 4 years later or something.
Leonardo.
But yeah, that's my favorite Fire Emblem game of all time.
It's a good one. It's probably my like second or third favorite.
Yeah.
I just really like Awakening.
In my pocket, I also have a second GameCube game. If I had the
Oh,
first one,
I know exactly what game it is.
I don't have the first one.
I
That's
know,
what you
but
think
I
it's
know
gonna
what game's
be.
in your pocket.
So it's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's like something no one knows. Only like the true masters know the game. The game's called Baten Kaitos.
It's a game he's wanted me to play forever, too.
I only have disc 2 to the game though. But I do own all of Baten Kaitos 2, which is a prequel, so you don't need to know any of the story. The fighting system I think you would like. It's like interesting. It's mixed of like turn-based mixed with like cards. It sounds like something you wouldn't like, but it's actually really cool. All the art's really strange too.
Okay.
The art kind of reminds me of Folklore, like if you liked Folklore for
Okay.
like the PlayStation 3. The main character's name is Soggy. Like he's just like a little bit wet. It's an old-fashioned
spelled the
double
same way.
disc. It's not, no. I can't even explain how fantastic Baten Kaitos 1 was, and then I also beat this game. And
Did you look at it in Aim
North?
North? Try and find the first one?
Yeah, it was expensive.
Oh, okay.
I asked the guy if I could have half price for only needing one disc.
And he laughed at you?
Yeah, he said no, unfortunately not.
Okay. Well, good try. Good hustle. Like,
So it is another JRPG because I still feel like you're still kind of
JRPG deficient.
Yeah, he's in the unknown sector of JRPGs. He's kind of
Into
like
the
his
unknown.
first taste with
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest. If I owned 8, I was debating on giving you Dragon Quest 8, but I traded it in for Switch, and I don't own it.
Andrew
for PS2.
actually gave me a copy of Dragon Quest 8.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there you go. I don't even need to game swap it for you, but that's not. You can't play that one then. You got to play one of these ones. And then my other option is Persona 4 on PlayStation 2, because I don't think I own the Vita version anymore.
I have the Vita version, and you can borrow the Vita version.
Because I don't.
I have the PlayStation TV, which you can play the Vita game on the TV.
But the PlayStation 2. Do you have a Vita?
No.
That's what I'm saying. The PlayStation TV is a little box, like yay big,
Mm-hmm.
and it plays Vita games on the TV.
It's true, but I think the game plays really good on PS2 as well.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff in Golden.
But does he want all that stuff?
a lot of it's really good for him. Like it makes the game a fuck ton
How long
easier.
is that game gonna take?
Hell,
That's the true
that's like
thing,
a
though.
60-something
He
hour
can't
game.
beat regular Persona.
What do you mean regular Persona? It can't be the fifth one. Is what
Yeah,
you're trying
that's
to
what I'm
say.
saying. That's like the
Regular
casual Persona.
You haven't beaten the regular.
It's the
Persona.
casual Persona.
I haven't beaten regular Persona. Game's fucking hard. Like the first Persona game.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
meant Persona 5.
I
That's
know.
like the regular one. No one cares about Persona 1 or 2.
Persona 1 is on the PlayStation Classic.
I've heard the
Doesn't matter.
PS or the first one's actually really good.
No, it's bad.
Persona 3. Let's see.
You mean Persona,
Or Persona
4?
4. Fuck yeah.
And then I have one more option.
One more option.
in
Ooh,
case you
he's
want
throwing
something-
extra games.
In case you want something else that's in my top 10 games of all time.
All right. So Shin Megami Tensei 4, so Persona 4, 72 hours to beat it.
Okay, yeah.
Golden is 70 hours.
Oh, there
Okay.
you go. That cuts it down.
I do want to play it someday, but I mean,
But
like,
not as the Game Swap game.
no, maybe when it comes to Switch.
So I'll replace that game then with this one's also going to take all
Destiny.
of all of the games I suggest take a long time to beat other than
I kind of wish I had Phil
maybe Fire
because
Emblem.
there's a game that like,
You
I
will
could-
have me
I know.
someday.
The other game would be Tales of Vesperia for Switch. Another game in my top 10 games of all time. The remastered version on Switch. I still actually have it on Xbox 360 too, which I think is
Can you grab it? Is it down here?
Yeah, it's down here. It's inside that little pile there. It's probably easier for Andrew to grab it than me. It does look awfully. Have you ever played a Tales game?
So they're
It's not-
they're
it's
called
not-
clash battles. So
yeah,
you
it's not turn-based.
hop onto the world and you hop into an enemy, and then the screen shatters. You go into a battle, but it's a third-person hack and slash, similar to almost Eternal Sonata into the style of
Yeah, like you go into
Screen?
the fight.
But it's not you take your turn and your buddy takes a turn. It's 3 AI people.
Yeah,
on
like
your
you're
team.
moving around.
What's the how
constantly.
long to beat on this?
It's probably pretty long.
Yeah.
But I mean, you wouldn't have to beat it.
Yeah, once again, you don't have to beat any of these.
But like, there's a good chance that once you played it, maybe you'd want to beat it.
Tales of Vest.
But that's my favorite Tales game, because it's the best one.
Actually, it's a lot better than I remember it being. It says 45 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty. There's a lot of there's a lot of bonus shit,
Yeah,
right?
It says 117 hours to complete it.
Yeah, if you want to do everything. But I also have it on Xbox 360, which is like I still haven't beaten that one.
I mean, if I'm going to play it, I'm gonna play it on the Switch.
Once again, it's still the same thing. They've added a lot of extra stuff to that one.
I do think I'm going to do Fire Emblem.
I just want you to try out a tactics game because it's something you've still never done.
There's no disc in there.
It's in my GameCube probably.
Yeah, it was
It's
probably the
the
last
thing I most recently played.
Yeah.
But the only I'm doing this for a number of reasons. I've never beaten a game on GameCube.
It's shorter.
It's shorter than some of the other options. I think that I can complete it. Also, if I do enjoy it, I can eventually borrow Fire Emblem Three Houses from one of you guys, and I'll actually.
So yeah, you would think that I would suggest Three Houses because it's on Switch.
Yeah.
But I feel like you would kind of get a little bit bored with all the side stuff, like all like the,
You can skip it though.
the school stuff.
You
Yeah,
can skip every second of the
it's
school
true, but it
stuff.
kind of makes you better, and it kind of opens up the world, and you get to know.
You
the
still have to
characters
do
and
the
stuff
school
like
thing,
that.
but you can literally just smash through
But
it.
as far as it goes, like I
Yeah.
still like Path of Radiance more because it's just a story. It's just like straight through. You play the chapters. They will be hard for you. Like honestly, because you've never played a tactical game and you don't know like the classic Fire Emblem style. And,
Honestly, like I would say, look up a guide if you're gonna.
or just like, is there difficulty in that game? Just play it on easy.
I don't think they had difficulties.
No, I think they did.
Oh, they don't have casual mode. In this.
Yeah,
one.
no, they don't have casual mode because it's the classic when your people die, they die kind of thing.
Okay.
But I feel like if there's an easy mode, I would just play it on easy to experience the story, and like you'll still get a challenge because it's still hard. But like there are some chapters though when you play that game on even like on normal where
fucking-
you're like restarting nonstop.
That
Because when you
bridge?
lose a person, you're just like you want to restart because you like that person so much, right? Like you've got to know them.
My girl Mia.
All the story is pretty much told. Like the only reason I was worried about Fire Emblem is because like I feel like sometimes you might get bored of like story. All the stories is told with like basically their sprites come up on screen. There's like text.
Persona style, like where their box pops up and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But unlike Persona, where you're zoomed into the detailed models, it's a top-down view of.
Yeah,
the
and
characters.
and it's the same thing. And then there's like, there's not voice acting yet or anything like that, which obviously it'd be better if there was. It's easier to pay attention to, but the story is still really good.
It is good.
Characters are cool, especially the beginning. I've replayed the beginning of that game so many times, just like the first like 8 or 9 chapters kind of thing.
There's no Soth, but he's.
yeah, and that's
Well, okay, there is, but he's a little bitch. So
either way, I'm excited for you to play it though, because you've never played a Fire Emblem, so it'll be your
Yeah.
first one.
I'm excited.
yeah, and honestly, if you enjoy the combat wise, I would suggest Three Houses. Them.
Yeah, that's
And
down the road.
this
That's
is
more
kind of
modern.
like a way for me to kind of gauge if that is something I'll be interested in.
Yeah, the combat in this doesn't age, right? Like you still play this and it plays as well as like the new Fire Emblem games. I even like for the most part, I still kind of like the sprites and the animations in this.
It still won't be GBA crits.
No, yeah, those are
GBA crits
pretty in
are-
a very different way.
so
but like,
good.
I don't think the battle system, like, I don't think the battles in this are any worse or even any uglier than something like Three Houses. They're just different.
Okay.
So it still ages really well, at least, which is nice. The only thing that I think that would have made this game age better is if it was full voice acted.
Yeah.
But that's not very common in like anything on GameCube. So
What are the stipulations with this? Like, how long are we going to do it for?
I'd probably say a month.
So when are you doing your fuckery and you're not around?
The first week of April.
Oh, okay. So why don't we do the middle of March then?
But that's guest month.
Yeah, but
Um,
we can do a kick them out. And
Yeah, we can also just like on the podcast as we go, we can kind of talk about playing them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
like in
to
our-
be honest, mine's only like 5 hours, so I could be done mine by the first time we do a podcast.
yeah, and this one I don't think is very long either. I think it's like 15 hours.
And that Fire Emblem could be 15 if you're good.
I'm not.
But yeah, we'll just kind of update as we go. So as we play them, we'll talk about them. Obviously, this is just the first game
9
swap.
hours. So
Next time we'll do the same thing, but we'll switch it up, or maybe we'll change some of the rules, or we'll get a little bit better at it as we go.
yeah, that's fair.
But that's
Because I know the game that I want Phil to play. Like I already know it.
That's the thing. There was like I like giving Phil a game because he had a very different game style as me like growing up. Yeah, which one? 2 or 1?
I'd probably the first one.
It would be
A little less
old,
weeby.
but yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's especially Phil's easy because like you didn't grow up playing any of the games that we like, so it's
That's
easy.
correct.
It's easy to like be like, hey, take
it's
any
hard
of
for
these
me to
ones.
have a game for Cam because our game taste is very similar.
Yeah.
It's also going to be when it gets to you to give me a game.
AO Tennis 2, bud. Get psyched.
Yeah,
Get pumped, man.
NBA 2K19.
But that'll lead us into we're done the game swap, so now we're just going to talk about the last week. We're just going to go into our nice, casual, fun conversation about how this week's been going, guys.
It's been a week. Well, this is more like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I guess true. It's been
It's
2
been
weeks.
2.
It's been 2 weeks almost.
To be exact.
Actually, a little bit over.
Last
so.
Sunday,
Sunday.
we watched the Oscars. Now,
Yep.
You guys did.
to preface this, I think me and Cam were briefly discussing this. So I don't want to get too deep into the Oscars, and I don't know if you're going to be on board with this. Or
I
not,
called
Andrew.
it though. I'm just saying. I called Best Actor and Best Film.
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing for guest month, the first one being a top films of 2019, as well as an Oscar kind of like discussion.
Okay.
With BM.
Yeah, that's fine.
If he's on board. So
I'm sure he's on board.
I don't want to get too deep into anything to do with the Oscars because I feel like we'll do an entire.
I feel like actually, right now we'll go over We'll go over our hopes for guest month. Okay. So first of all, what is guest month? It's pretty literal.
Is it a month that we have guests?
It is. It actually, but it might end up. It could be 4 episodes. It could be 5 because there's technically like March.
Is it one of those weird ones that have?
There's 5 Sundays and 5 Tuesdays. So both the days we record and the day our video comes out.
Ooh.
That's okay. It gives us more opportunity for guests because we have a lot of friends who have different interests.
We can see if Trey.
You can see if Trey. So the idea basically is BM, big movie fan, big movie lover.
Big movie.
Very, very opinionated guy. I think that he would do very well in the
Yeah,
podcast.
if you thought I was opinionated. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. There's also the very end of March is Mulan's release. Why he's so sad?
I'm still weird. I don't know.
It could be really good. It won't be like the animated one at all because like it looks definitely very different.
It's trying to be too serious.
Disney it's not though because it has magic in it. There's a witch.
But they're still trying to be serious with the magic. Like,
I think that we should
where's my singing dragon?
we should rewatch.
Like the animated one.
I watched it yesterday.
It's my favorite Disney movie.
Second favorite one.
I haven't seen
Mine's,
it in years.
mine's Hercules. I like Hercules, but
So that one we're thinking maybe Jenna's going to come on. She's going to see it with us, and
Mulan.
She's both a Disney lover in movies and actually a famale. And as we know, Mulan's main theme is about famale power.
But so is Moana.
It's true, actually, and I
And
love
Frozen.
I love Moana. I like
And Tangled.
Frozen's more about like sisterly love.
I love Tangled. It's a great movie.
They're all good.
So I think that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That'll be good.
What
Other
about Hype
ideas.
Boy?
We want Dan on. We haven't talked about
D&D
it.
podcast.
A D&D, just like discussing how like our games have been running, like how what makes D&D so fun.
How he's not killed us all already.
Yeah, like there's a lot of different stuff. As him being our main DM, and we've been now doing sessions for.
I want to say September.
Yeah, a few
It
months.
has been since.
Yeah, so that's a shit ton of time.
You'll be coming up on like half a year soon, so we've been playing it a lot now.
I'm pretty sure
It's a half year already.
it?
we're at like 7 months.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because
September, October.
Oh,
Yeah, it's September, October.
September to October.
Yeah,
October to
November.
November, November to December,
December to January.
January to February.
that's
So
only
we're-
5 months. As I said, coming up on 6.
Okay.
Mother truckers.
don't say the bad words.
Yeah, trucks.
But yeah, maybe by the time Dan comes on, it'll be like 6 months.
It's
in.
true. It's just there's so much. I think that D&D is one of the actually things that we've seemed to be getting the most interest in.
Yeah,
like, for people we know, kind of thing. Like they're interested.
I've
in how
had
it
quite a
works.
few people ask when we're going to do an app on it. Which,
Just in general, like D&D has gotten nuts popular in
It's
the
true.
last I wouldn't say the last year, but probably the last year has been the
A
biggest
lot of it is
spike.
still Critical Role too, which
Yeah,
I
they're
love.
they're pretty good.
They're
pretty good.
fantastic. We could never be that. It sucks.
No.
But
it's still fun.
it
It's
is.
still
But like I'm not. I think that a lot of people just don't like as nerds growing up, and they're like, hey, like, well, how can I still play video games or like games with my friends all the time? D&D is kind of like the solution. And
Yeah, so instead of like a poker night,
yeah, exactly.
we just
Which-
get together and we
Poker's lame, man. D&D, that's cool. But a lot of people are just interested in how it runs. How do we do it? Like it's just a lot of big discussion. And obviously,
Yeah.
Dan being our main DM, it's a good person to have the discussion
And I
with.
think he'd be really good on the mic.
yeah.
He's got a really good voice. He's good at articulating his opinions, and he can kind of tell us the process that he has with writing and things like that. Because I actually kind of want to know. His
should he bring
process.
guac though?
Yeah, because it's all home brew, right? He doesn't get that reference.
I know he doesn't.
It's all home brew. So Dan writes all of the story we play. We have a lot of fun with it.
And he did really like. I really enjoyed my my little character arc thing that we had.
Yeah, that's everybody's kind of got their own.
It's
little
not my
character
final one,
arcs.
but it was cool. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I'm excited for one day when we die. We have to make new characters, and he has to introduce us to
I'll
the
just
world
play my
again.
son. My son will escape, and I'll play my
Genius.
son.
But that'll be a fun one. And other than that, we don't really have any other ones specifically lined up yet.
So we have 2 vacancies.
I would love to do an anime episode still.
We get a boy Yimity.
Oh, we were also going to have Matt possibly on.
Oh yes,
for Castlevania.
Castlevania, because Castlevania season 3 comes out on March 5th.
Oh shit! Really?
All of us here. Well, Phil's only seen the first season now. He just finished it recently.
It's so good.
But I am gonna watch it.
The trailer for Castlevania season 3 is out now. If you'd like to watch,
I saw it, but I decided not
maybe
to watch
don't
it.
watch it till you see season 2. That's my
probably a good idea.
suggestion. There's a spoiler in there. But
Trevor's great.
It's a very cool trailer, and it looks like the season's gonna have a lot more fighting, which is
Good.
pretty cool. The other one's kind of it's a lot of story. Then there's like maybe 1 or 2 episodes with a lot of good, like really high
Is it
quality fighting.
direct sequel, or is this
Yeah.
time to a different Belmont?
Direct sequel.
Cool.
All
Okay,
the
I
same
like Trevor.
people
I
still.
like my boy Trevor.
Trevor. Alucard's dope. Lady, I can never remember her name.
Sylphis.
Something, I don't know, she's
So
cool.
you've seen her recently, bud. What's the girl's
Phil's
name?
remember.
Syl.
But
yeah, Matt's a big
Oh, actually,
castle.
she's not even in season 1. I don't think
Yeah, she is.
it's the end of it.
Just the last bit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So Matt's a big Castlevania fan. He's
I
obviously
do
watched
like me
the
my
other ones, and he's
Castlevania.
like, so that's Phil's hopefully by that point going to watch 2.
and we're trying.
If I own Symphony of the Night, you were gonna play Symphony of the Night.
I played Symphony of the Night. I
Oh,
own
well, then never
Symphony of
mind.
the Night
Do you?
on Xbox.
Oh, shit.
Including my Xbox One now.
Okay.
I'd
good
like
game.
to
I like that
have. I'd like to have BM week 1, Matt week 2,
Yeah, because week 2
Book
is
them in.
DM,
DM.
Dan,
Slide me a DM.
Dan 3
Triple
or 4,
D Dungeons and Dragons.
and then Jenna obviously at the end.
Yeah,
for
to be the
last.
very last one. Yeah, because that Tuesday is March 31st, so it'd be coming out. We'd have to watch it and record and then put it out almost
Yeah,
immediately.
I'll see about going.
But yeah, there's
I do wanna
a
go
lot of
see
cool
it.
things for March. Guest month will be fun. We've never done a single guest. We're gonna have to make more room.
We'll turn the table into like a diamond.
You just go buy a second table. Like
That's probably a good idea too. Do 2
or-
people in the
yeah, like a long table kind of thing.
long,
Long table.
long table.
Guests are always weird on podcasts because it's like you kind of have this flow. We've been doing this now for 6,
Almost-
7,
almost a
8,
year.
9, 10 months.
It's a year in April or May.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah.
been doing it for a while now, so we've kind of got the hang of this. But then when you add someone else in, it's like a whole new game, so it could be a little weird. But not only that, like because it's going to be a segment with them, but it's also going to be like we might still be going over the news or still talking about like the week and that kind of
They
stuff.
get to join Need or Not.
Exactly. So it's also an extra person in for some fun stuff. Maybe not like if we're doing like a Mulan review, it might mainly just be Mulan or something because it's
Yeah.
a full movie. But for other little small segments, we might still talk about our weeks and that kind of stuff. And you
Yeah.
get a new person in.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Hey, I didn't do any of that stuff."
Yeah,
You're
they're like, I did none of that. I
I'll
lived
be like,
my
"Did you
life."
beat the game?" Oh,
They're like, I'm
you
not a
didn't-
weeb.
I ain't one of them weebs.
And then for the secret 5th episode, I want to do an anime episode.
I feel like we can get. Do you think Jimmy would do one?
Jimmy's the only other person I know who
Or Dev?
watches probably as much anime as me, like on like a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Like who each night has like a different anime.
I've been pretty good as of late. I know I usually fall off in segments. And
I don't
go
think
back in.
Dev even watches anime anymore. At least not for the most part.
What a fail weeb.
I think
Yeah.
that we
Get
should
John in.
do some sort of video game though, just because.
But none of us have a video game.
But we're already doing Castlevania, and Castlevania is like an Americanized anime, right?
But it's also
No.
a video game.
I'm pretty sure it's Japanese anime. Like it's done in Japan. I'm pretty sure.
But it's written by a British guy.
Yeah, doesn't mean anything.
It means nothing, Phil.
Okay.
It's voiced by English guys.
It doesn't seem as weeby though as like.
I think it's a lot of it too. Is they used obviously actually famous actors as voice actors,
Yeah.
which helps a little bit, especially when it comes to like dubbing, like Graham McTavish and Richard Armitage. Both fantastic.
Peter Stormare's in it.
Is he? Is who?
I'm pretty sure he plays the one bad vampire guy. I'm fairly
Which
certain.
one?
The
Viking one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Viking one.
Best
I'm
one.
gonna check. Yeah, Bone something. I think his name was. Or something like that.
Yeah, it just depends. Obviously, if there's a game we're all playing or we've played something like that, that'd be nice to talk about. If we have a guest who's also played that, we have multiple friends who play video games, so that's easier to find a guest for. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll try and book them all in time for March.
Book him in.
Book them in, get their
Peter
scheduled
Stormare.
time in
Yeah,
here.
see? Peter
Yeah.
Stormare. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, how's the week been going?
It's been a solid
Or
week.
2 weeks been going?
It's been
I
a
guess.
solid 2 weeks. I've mostly been playing Far Cry 5.
Mhm.
I picked it up for $20 a little bit ago. I finished the first real island. Then haven't really.
How annoying was that jet flying?
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, I was pretty bad at it too.
I was like, this is awful.
Shut that sign down though. Did you? Do
No,
you have to?
no.
Oh, there's an achievement. I'm pretty sure if you shoot down the fake Hollywood sign.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
kind of
pretty sure.
cool.
Fun fact. You're welcome.
Spoilers.
Then I started playing Days Gone.
Mhm.
I've been streaming that on the channel a little bit. I've done 2 parts of it. I played about 3 hours on the channel, which is
My funniest Phil's Days Gone story is he was going to pause, and right before he paused, a wolf walked up beside him, but I knew he wasn't paying attention. And then I commented in the chat being like, lol, that wolf trying to sneak up on you. And then Phil didn't read it, and as soon as he unpaused, the wolf killed him. Just immediate into a wolf attack, and he died. And he's like, I know someone's going to say something in the comments about that. And I'm like, yep.
That was my first time ever really like streaming to an audience, which was really cool.
Yeah, you just got to make sure the audio's coming out of your headset, not the TV.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of like a stream setup thing.
Because as soon as I heard double, I was like, I messaged you and I was like, hey, Phil, do you have the audio coming into the TV? And you're like, yeah, I do.
I
was
promise
like, you should probably change
when
that.
we stream Final Fantasy VII, the quality will be a lot higher. Because we would be streaming probably with our current setup, maybe a little bit more comfortable, maybe like boom arms over a couch or something, you know, but... Like, I mean, it would be pretty nice. Imagine like we just like fold the table down and there's like a love seat right here, and you're just on the TV there,
love seat.
and we each have like
Aww.
a boom arm going up to us, and we're just kind of relaxing. Think about the quality with the webcam set up on the TV.
Man, I will be obnoxious to stream that game with.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I'll be like bum 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 bum
just so
bum
excited.
the whole time, just singing the music. Exactly, I'll just be singing the music.
I'm excited.
I liked the Days Gone stream, even with the bad audio.
Yeah, I commented. I said, hey.
Yeah, there was like...
And I was talking to some rando. I don't know who that was. I'm guessing it was somebody you know.
Phil had a couple friends come in. Their
Yeah.
Dan was in there. Ian was in there at one point.
Yeah.
James.
But I forget what he said. And he was talking about The Last of Us or something like that. And I was
Well,
like,
that's what, because we were making fun of it, how like in like Days Gone in a way that like it's very similar looking to like The Last of Us.
except The Last of Us came out on PS3.
Except for The Last of Us looked better for some reason on PS3.
Yeah, like, The
That's
Last
what we
of
were
Us-
joking about.
The Last of Us is a launch title for like The Last of Us remastered launch title looks better than like the end
Like
of
when you
the
look into the
generation.
details, like we're watching like the grass move and stuff like that.
and
Yeah.
shit like clipping through my head. I was like, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, look at the collector's edition though.
$10.
Yeah, which was really cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty cool.
That's new, and that's new since the last podcast.
Yeah, we haven't
because there's the
talked
last
about
2
that.
weeks.
Yeah.
If you follow us on Instagram at
You got some
local play
stuff.
only, obviously, we have bought a lot of stuff. EB Games in Canada, they always have this $5 Friday thing, but they've recently done like this like
Dollar
yeah, what's
days?
it, $1 days. or
Yeah, I
something.
asked the manager who was
$2
working,
days.
and I guess it's just to clear out old shit.
Yeah, before they like
They've done
field
this
destroy
before,
them or
too.
something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to complain about it at all. Like I
You got a
went,
bunch of shit.
yeah, I
If
went.
I lived in town, I would have been there.
I went in and one of my friends told me that they had a collector's edition of Rage 2 for $10, and it came with like
A
you know,
big
the
talking head.
severed head.
Yeah.
the severed like the damaged head, and it looks like one of those like bass.
The singing bass, yeah.
And I remember getting I was like looking at all the other stuff. He's like, yeah, it's like $10. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah, why not?
And then I go home and I show Christy, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw this up in the living room. She's like,
Just for as soon as you walk in the door,
she's
you know?
like, no, you're not. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
But in general, I guess the camera kind of focuses a little bit over here. But like Nendroids, I got like 5 of
You
them
got,
now. I got the 2
Atlas,
portal, Atlas and Peabody.
And Peabody, you got Hanzo, you
Hanzo,
got
Genji,
Tracer
and
Genji.
Tracer.
You're just missing May.
Don't remind me about May.
May is Bay.
There was one of them.
How much was it?
$10.
$10.
Why didn't you buy it?
Alex got it.
Alex, you're a sack of shit.
Yeah, he was like, he messaged me and he's like, oh, you can have the Tracer. He's like, but there's one May and it's mine. I was like, but May is Bay. It's my favorite character.
That sucks.
It's sad. I would have loved to have it up on the wall. Maybe one day. Probably not.
We'll just mug him.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Unless he watches this, then we won't mug you.
We won't mug you.
But no, those are like $69 each, and I understand why when you open them. And like, I was like,
I own 2 of them,
Which
and
ones?
I paid full price for them. The Majora's Mask link and the Breath of the Wild link.
I was playing like that. Those actually took me a little while to set up, just because
Breath of the Wild was $89.
They have so many poses and like all the different weapons and stuff, like the Hanzo one with like the dragons coming
yeah,
out. Like
that's
it's
super
just-
cool.
They're so sick. But yeah, they're $69 or more normally each. I got all of them for $10. Actually, the first ones I got for like $8.
$10 each.
Because they took the
Oh,
Edge
yeah.
discount off the first
Did
day.
they?
They didn't realize they couldn't do it till about noon that day.
Oops.
So we got away with it. But that was pretty cool. You got 2 collector's editions.
Yeah, so We got some pops the first time around as well.
Oh, all the Game of Thrones pops.
I don't know if it can be shown.
They can be. They're showing
they're
up
in
there.
there, but they are normally what, $39 each,
I think so. Yeah.
36, I think.
and I got them for $1.80. Every single one of them, other than Daenerys, who did not go on sale because people go shit for Daenerys. So I guess they're like, nah, that's staying full price.
We'll
I
sell
actually-
that one.
I actually already have that one, so I just got the John. I probably would have got the Night King, but there was only, I think,
There was none left when I went to our town has 2 EB games, as you guys know, but maybe not as everybody knows.
True.
The one in our mall was out of a lot of the ones, and then I went to the other one later, and they had all the other ones. So I bought the Cersei, the Night King,
yeah.
and
Tyrion.
John. Yeah, well, and
What about
Alex.
Peter Dinklage?
Alex actually bought John for me, so that was nice of him, but
that's
it's not
nice.
nice enough to deserve May still. But yeah, and I got Little Dink at the one in the mall.
Little Dink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got John.
The thing is, I wouldn't ever spend full money on these, but like I always
Who
want
the hell would spend $39 on that thing?
people, just the people all
That's-
the time. But like even like the Nendroids, I would never, even though I love the quality of them, they look fantastic. I would not spend $69.
Only reason I bought just the Breath of the Wild Link one for birthday because they had a sale on the deluxe one. I'm pretty sure I got it for $89. It's normally $1 something, and it comes with like Epona and all that shit too.
But
It
I
comes
just
with a
want
bunch
like
of
I
other
always
stuff.
want more background stuff. Like I'm not gonna lie, eventually I'm probably gonna build another
Shelf?
Those shelves were both built there. I'm probably gonna build 2 or 3 more shelves up here to put more stuff on, so it's in the background because it looks fun.
Your body pillow.
Yeah, and then exactly. My who would my body pillow be of?
Who would your body pillow?
I wouldn't do Haru from Free because that's me. So like
the
that'd just be
Haiku
weird.
boy.
Which one? Hinata?
Yeah.
No, he's not my favorite though.
No? Oh,
No.
okay. I don't watch the show.
Oikawa is pretty sick.
So. Okay.
It depends, you know. All the characters from
Yuri.
Vampire Knight.
Yuri on Ice.
Which one? There's 2 Yuris.
The answer's but not wrong.
But I don't know. I love having all like the merch and stuff, and it's something I would never spend full price on.
Fuck.
But I will abuse $5 Fridays until they stop, just to get anything I can that I'm interested in.
I've snagged up Christmas gifts last year for $5. I
Yeah.
bought just heated corgi slippers and they were $5.
I got now Meg has a collection of 4 different mugs. I got her an Aristocats, a Lion King,
Oh.
a Dumbo, and a Mickey Mouse one, and they're all adorable.
Adorable.
And they were 88 cents, so it was the cheapest gifts I had to
Wow.
buy.
I mean,
You're spoiling your other
I got
half.
little Roxas there, as we mentioned. He was for 88 cents.
Is he a blind box one?
He was just on the counter with a sticker on him. I was like, "Yep, sure."
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a
I bet you it was a blind box one.
probably.
Yeah.
Who didn't want Roxas though? It's Jesse McCartney.
Probably somebody wanted any other character.
Weird.
or already had a rock.
I got you cannot see it, but I got a Donald Duck plushie. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, you also
Over the
got
corner.
the Cloud and
And yeah, if
Zidane.
you've seen the Instagram, I got a Cloud and a Zidane plushie, also for $1 each. There's just so many fantastic things.
But where's your Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca?
They just didn't have one, or else if they would have had that Squall, Titus, like if they had all the main characters at that point, that would
Yeah,
have been
that'd be pretty
fantastic.
sweet.
Like, I think our first haul, just for the people who don't follow our Instagram, our first haul, we spent 33 collectively. That was for my collector's edition, some pops, and the
Peabody
figures.
and-
The Portal figures.
But
Was it
overall,
4 something?
Yeah, it's like
422.
422
That's crazy.
is the original price. Yeah.
So I
That's
mean,
nuts.
you can't really complain about that. Even like with Rage 2,
You've spent a $30 worse. Cam bought a $80 digital tennis game.
Don't even get me started on that, okay?
I probably won't play Rage 2 for quite a bit. I liked Rage 1.
Apparently the second one's bad.
I did play some of it on PC and I was kind of bored with it, but for $10.
The funniest part though is that Days Gone. So Phil already owned the game.
Yeah. So the next week.
Well, didn't you buy it for like $20, $29?
So the next week, what had happened was, I found out that Days Gone Collector's Edition was going to go on sale, and I already own a copy of Days Gone. I bought it for $30 on Black Friday, and then it was like one of my Christmas gifts from Christy.
Yeah.
I played a bit of it, and then I just decided, hey, this isn't too bad. And then I realized that the collector's edition was going on sale for $30. I looked online that the trade-in for the regular copy is $17. So I was like, yeah, I'll pay $13 for this. I go in, and then there's some trade-in bonus that brought it up to $22.50. So I paid like
$7.50
$7.50
For the collector's edition
for like
statue.
the
and everything.
statue. Yeah, with that statue alone is dope.
That
Is neat.
is neat.
And
I mean,
there's actually a nice picture on Instagram of all that stuff too.
Yeah, I did
the
see
statue is really well made. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, there's some like stuff like that. Like even I was always praying like the Xeno what are they called? The Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, the
like, the
Xenoverse
Goku
1
statue.
figure was so cool.
I always wanted that. I was always so tempted to buy the game and just like trade in the actual game part and keep
just
the
get the
statue.
figure. Yeah,
because
oh,
they
man,
sold
that was-
those figures at Anime North like $150
Yeah,
sometimes.
It was
the
just like a
exact same
jacked
ones.
Goku.
And it was big though. It was like this big probably, just a big
Oh,
ass
the one was like yay
shredded
tall. It was a-
Goku. But stuff like that, like if that ever went down to like $30, just for the statue, just to put stuff up.
Yeah.
As I said, I want more Nendroids. Hopefully, will go on sale. That would be really cool. Those are really Figmas. I really like the Figmas. And
I
there's a
have
bajillion of them.
what Figma do I have?
There's a
Zelda
Zelda
one.
one that was on sale for $10.
Yeah,
You
I
should have bought that
I
one.
know, but I forgot about it when I went in, and then someone from the mall got it.
Bastards.
I
They
I
have
just-
the Persona Figmas and they're really nice.
yeah. If
I don't know
go
if they have them,
$10,
but I've seen them
I'm
online.
pretty pumped.
I loved reading. I'm on a couple of subreddits for like video game deals, and I loved reading some of the people getting
Like the
like
comments?
super mad. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh, the one that you sent was just like some like B word was like buying a bunch of stuff and the guy's like, that was my mom.
And then the comment underneath was like, "You and your mom can go fuck yourselves."
It's imagine getting there when the store's open and the stuff's all on hold
Yeah, like that.
Oh, they put them on hold?
for like employees.
yeah, another person was like,
Oh,
As soon-
that's a bad.
as soon as the store opened, I guess they were like waiting because they knew about it. And the guy could see the stuff like behind the counter, and he's like, "Hey man, like I want to pick up like that." It was like a Mortal Kombat collector's edition, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, man, someone called at 8:30, and like we had to put it on hold." And he's like, "Why was someone answering the phone an hour and a half before the store's open?"
Yeah, man, I would have
Yeah.
complained like motherfucker.
This person complained online that he should have been calling in. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. That sucks.
that's
but
fucking nuts.
I guess it's part of life. Overall, though, we had some sick hauls though.
Yeah,
That was the good thing. Like we get no special treatment from any of the employees at any of the local stores here.
you just got lucky.
Nothing like that. It's honestly, we both work in the mall, and we have the ability to just stand at the gate.
Yeah. So the last Friday, like this past one, Phil opened. So right when the mall opened, he like went over to that one, and then me and Alex, he picked me up in the morning. We drove over there like 9:45, and we just sat in the car until he opened at 10, and we just walked in. And we're like,
Nice.
yeah, and just looking around. There was no one even in there. Like so many people don't know about these deals.
Hey, sucks for them.
I know. I mean, good for me, but
But we had no employees like hiding things or
unfortunately,
like or putting things behind the
that would've been
counter
sick.
for us.
We need an in where they.
What was
sign
the
all
Mortal
our
Kombat
stuff.
collections just down to?
$30.
There was
That's
also
$399.
Yeah,
there was also what else?
Holy
What else went on
shit.
sale? They didn't have Hitman collection.
Hitman, the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition, that was $30.
Oh, great! You can have mold poisoning.
But if you want the power armor, though, pretty cool.
The helmet?
Yeah.
that's what gave people mold poisoning.
Were they putting it on?
Yes.
Well, don't put it on, like just for show.
Like I'll double check what else.
But
Yeah,
that
like-
was your guys' weeks.
Well, I mean that I had a lot of anger about tennis. I won't get too far into that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Call of Duty,
The Dark Edition.
the Dark
I
Edition.
did hear the manager talk about that.
that one was $30.
30. Holy shit.
Yeah, a lot of stuff went down.
The Soul Calibur 6 Collector's Edition, $10.
I would have bought that. I did want to play Soul Calibur.
I don't think any
6.
of these stores had that. Like they only had a couple of them. Unfortunately, they didn't have all these ones. But
Yeah, it's
That's gotta suck for your game, knowing that the collector's edition couldn't even sell for.
yeah, I mean,
Like regular
some collector's
price.
editions are a little too much, or like
I don't normally buy them unless it's like the.
I tend to buy them for like Switch or 3DS and stuff like that because they're not that expensive
Yep.
and they just give you like a little bit bigger of a.
Persona I bought it for. The new Persona I bought it for.
As you can see it there, I have a few in here, but I have
Yeah.
a lot more that are out there too.
Yeah.
The most recent one was probably Fire Emblem, I think.
Yeah. You
The
bought Fire
Octopath
Emblem.
one's really cool.
The
How it like
Octopath one
opens
is
up
nice.
and there's like the
The little cards and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not one to like. I find video games, as much as I love them, and it's like one of my main hobbies. I find video games expensive as it is, and with the collector's edition stuff, in a lot of cases, none of that really leaves the box.
It has to be something special for me. Like the Persona one, I bought it solely for the art book. because the art in that game is phenomenal. And I own the other two art books for 3 and 4. So I was like, why not get well, not a free, but why not get the art book with my game?
I ended up buying the Gears 2 Collector's Edition on release date.
Do you remember the Lancer? You could buy the Lancer.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was awesome.
I got a lot of collectors just when I was younger. When I had,
me too.
The frivolous money and stuff like that. I just didn't give a shit.
The good old
right?
days.
But when you're older, you got to be like, hey, like this is the same price as like 3 games. Is this worth it?
Yeah.
And it also for me, not that I really have to like convince my fiance that, you know, spending $90 on a video game is worth it. But I mean, if I was to get something like the Final Fantasy VII Collector's Edition, where I'm spending like, what, $200-$300?
Oh, the remake?
Sick
Yeah.
statue.
I think it was $500 Canadian.
That'd be a sick statue though.
With the Fenrir, it would be
Yeah.
awesome.
But like,
yeah.
I would be disowned if I bought it.
just be
Like,
like,
no, it was actually a discount. It
Jess-
was the same price. Just don't
Jess
look at the bank
would
account.
enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, because she loves Final Fantasy VII and she loves Cloud and Fenrir's dope. But if I came home with a $500 collector's edition,
It's actually pronounced Clued. I don't know if
Le
anyone told you.
it's like, I don't know if
Today.
that's super necessary though nowadays. Something that's like under 150 though, you know, maybe,
it's perusal.
you know, that's
I think
fine.
the Persona one was $119. Like, it wasn't that much money.
It's not bad.
The Fire Emblem one, I think, was $99. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive.
Yeah,
either.
it was like $20 more.
I don't know. They're just a little
I-
cheaper when you go over like
I
the
peeled
Switch
the sticker
ones
off
and stuff.
when we took the pictures.
Yeah, that's
But,
true.
I didn't do much this week, or this last week in a bit. I'm starting playing the Fire Emblem DLC, but that's only since Thursday. I've been playing a mobile game called
Oh,
Arc,
yeah, the
called
Arc
Arc
Knight
Knights, and it's actually not dog shit. It's pretty good. I haven't come to a paywall, and I've probably put in the last 2 weeks probably, because you can play it and then just put your phone down and it like will grind a level, probably 50 hours.
Damn.
It's a lot, but I
Yeah.
guess for the most part, if you're not playing all the 50
Yeah, literally,
hours,
you can click like auto deploy, and then if you just grind for money, you can just put it down, and then you just go when they finish level, you do it again, and that's.
I've basically just still been playing Final Fantasy X,
Yeah.
like a little bit of time. I just started the tennis game like yesterday. 2 complaints. We're never going to do a review on it, so I'll talk about them right now.
Yeah.
One is that I suck. Game's actually really hard. Like, I'm playing at the second lowest difficulty, and there's still like 6 more difficulties above. And they basically say that as you kind of get better at the difficulty, then like keep scaling up constantly.
Yeah.
But it's still so hard because you got to like you're picking where it's not like Mario Tennis. You have to pick where you want to hit your shot at the same time as timing it right. So you're doing like 2 things. You have an analog on this like where you want to hit it, and then you have like a timing thing. So you hit it green to get the exact spot you aim.
Yeah, no.
So half my points are like out. I'm slowly getting better, and then once you get better, then you up the difficulty. Then you kind of go back to sucking again for a little while. And then the
Sounds
other thing
awful.
is
It's been a nightmare for you to
The
buy
pricing
it.
was hilarious. for him.
the pricing's terrible. So in North America, this already came out in Europe in like January. So it came out later in North America.
Yeah.
The stock on it was just ridiculous. Like, obviously it's not a very wanted game, but there was none in our local game stores, anything like that. If you look on even like EB Games website, there was no listing for PlayStation 4, only used for PlayStation 4. There was listing for Xbox, listing for Switch. Walmart website, there's no listing at all for the PlayStation 4 version, even though Andrew said he went in and it's there. You can still look up right now on the Walmart website, and there's no PS4 copy on their website.
Yeah, I was in there yesterday, and they definitely
The
had
pricing
it
on
on
Amazon, for instance, from the actual manufacturer and that kind of stuff, it's 67 something on PS4, 61 on Switch, and 40 on Xbox. All for the exact same game, same date.
How
same
much is it
person.
on the digital store, though, sir?
They're all 79.
Yeah. How much was it at Walmart that Andrew saw?
49.
49 bucks.
So when you buy a physical copy, it's $49, and the digital 79.
That's just ridiculous.
Digital gaming.
And as soon as you as soon as you click download, it says I'm gonna try and send them an email anyways. But as soon as you click download or start to stream, not that I've started streaming, but I have downloaded it, they say that you can no longer refund for like digital games, which is just ridiculous. Like, I don't. They should be like.
I think there's like a law against it, or maybe it's just for PC.
It's PC and I think Europe.
For the most part, even like Steam has a rule though where if you've played like under
2
50
hours.
like, is it 2 hours?
2 hours
Okay,
now, yeah.
That's not
It
bad.
used to be 20 hours, but people would buy games under 20 hours, beat them, and then
Yeah.
refund them. So they were
That's
like,
a good idea. That's like the 10-day
Yeah,
satisfaction.
they're like, yeah, no, you get 2 days or 2 hours. sorry.
Yeah, the other thing is that so being really difficult mixed with the load times in the game are pretty bad. I'm actually
Oh.
loading more than I'm playing right now.
Nice.
Because I go into a game and lose.
Sick.
I go into a game and lose in like 5 minutes, but then I'm loading every time I have a rest week. I'm loading every time I do a training week, that kind of stuff. And
That game sounds like dog shit.
As I get better, it'll be like I've been watching like Let's Plays of
Not
it.
neat. Not
Not neat.
I've been watching Let's Plays of it, and I still really like the whole career mode.
Let's Plays?
Yeah.
It's a fucking tennis game.
yeah, it's still a game.
You gotta really work on your forehand.
No, the most people I've been watching have no idea how tennis works, which is like, it's kind of sad because I do, but I still suck at the game. But once I get better, knowing how to actually play shots and stuff will
See,
help.
you gotta pick the one guy because his backhand is much better.
Which one?
I don't know. I'm making something up.
Oh, well,
I don't
both-
fucking play the game.
Both Federer and Shapo. Like I play as myself, and I think I made my character look pretty accurate, to be honest.
Is it big douche?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I got the full sleeveless outfit on
Hey,
too. Obviously.
there we go.
But I don't know, we'll see how much fun I have. I'll give like a review of it once I play like 10 or 20 hours in, not like a full podcast. But,
Oh boy.
yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing, and I've have a vacation this next week. So
I know. That's
and
pretty
my
sweet.
back's injured, so I can't do much.
Hey guys, this is longer than an hour.
Yeah, this was much longer than an hour.
It was.
To be fair, the news took about 50 minutes
Yeah,
to an
dude.
hour.
And we didn't even discuss the movie that we saw 2 days ago.
It was bad. That's all you guys need to know.
Oh, Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
I didn't see it.
We will never
knew
have
better.
a full podcast review. Maybe we'll give an Instagram review. That could be new for when we don't have time to put stuff in podcasts.
Yeah, that's true. Because I won't see it.
But it was bad. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know why people thought it was going to be good.
When we went in, me and Phil, before we saw it, we predicted what our scores were going to be. I think I said 6, and you said 6 or 6.5.
Yeah.
And what was your score?
I gave it a 3.5.
3.5 to 4.
Hey!
And even like Meg gave it a 4, and Meg normally likes even some bad movies, but like it was like really boring at some points. The action scenes were all like,
So the pacing was bad.
yeah.
It was terrible. Like,
Ooh.
I like Suicide Squad.
I often make jokes now to everybody that like whenever I'm watching stuff, I'm like, oh well, now that I know how to edit and stuff like that, I can see all the flaws in this, which are jokes.
Yeah.
But
But
not
you can
even
see all the flaws.
not even that. All the
Is it worse
fight
than the
scenes-
Montana's menus?
No. Well, all the fight scenes are very obvious that they shot it in slow motion to make the choreography easy, then sped it up. They all look way too sped up. So like it just drove me nuts the entire time I was watching the fight scenes. They were all like really cheesy too, and I don't know.
There's multiple parts in the film where it just doesn't make sense. There's the pacing where it's like, okay, here's one storyline, but let's go back a couple of days to explain another
that movie
part of
sounds
the story.
bad.
So they try and do play it off as like the story's being told by Harley Quinn, who's insane. So she has like a very like
She's insane?
yes,
But I thought she's a perfect couple.
so she has like obviously a very like crazy mind kind of thing. So she kind of forgets things and has to go back and tell you about them and that kind of stuff. It just wasn't very good.
That
The
movie
only-
sounds so bad.
Huntress was completely lifeless.
Yeah.
There wasn't a part in the film that I laughed
Isn't
at.
no? I guess Enchantress died in Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
so she
there's
wouldn't be
no
in this one.
Enchantress, no.
I
There was
actually-
Canary, Black Canary.
I fell asleep during the final fight.
Nice.
So did Meg. Yeah.
And I haven't fallen asleep in a movie in a very long time.
Would you have walked out?
I would have walked out.
The only character I liked sometimes was Ewan McGregor.
Well,
he
he's
had-
great.
He had some scenes that like were also like kind of like silly, but I was like, at least I like him.
Yeah.
For an R-rated movie, there was like no
It
blood.
was R.
Yeah, it was. That's what
I
Phil.
would have given that like PG.
When
whatever.
we went in, Phil was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "No, look at it." And it's like, "Oh yeah, it is R." Like double checked.
There's a part
for really bad.
there's a part where Black Mask is like peeling people's faces off,
Yeah.
and you see no blood. It doesn't show the faces at all.
Okay.
The only
She has her hyena though, right?
yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
yes, but the hyena is very
it
underutilized,
does nothing.
and
Disappears randomly at one part, and then comes back.
yeah, like okay, so her apartment building is just being demolished at one part, and the hyena gets hit with the fucking roof, and she's like, "Oh, where did Bruce
it's
go?"
like a sad scene where hyena's dead, and then later he just comes back. He's like, "I found him."
She's supposed to have two.
She's only got one in there.
Yeah, she only has one.
Weird.
The child acting was terrible.
There was one spot where the tone went really dark and then went nowhere. It was just like there's obviously spoilers here, not that anyone's gonna care, but there's one like the movie's always kind of quirky and funny, and then
Please
there's
don't fucking go and see it.
there's one part where Ewan McGregor gets mad at a person, so he like it's like a woman. He's like stand up on the table, then he like makes her take her clothes off, kind of thing. It's like really like dark and kind of like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then like he doesn't like kill any of that. Then it just like cuts away to a different story, and I'm just like, but it was like way too dark for us the tone of the movie, and then it just left without any ending to it. I'm like, what's
Get on
happening?
the table.
He's like, no, take
Nothing
your
will
clothes
happen.
off. And then he's like, it's like this atmosphere. Everyone's like scared in the room. And then it just like nothing happens. I was expecting like a classic thing, and he shoots her and everyone's like, oh, he's so evil. But then it just like ends and you're like, okay, bye, dark scene.
Like at one point, Harley goes into the police station with a sandbag, like a gun of like sandbags.
Yeah, and like glitter and stuff like that.
And
inside,
like
the
smoke.
sandbags.
But not a single cop. There's multiple cops, all
She
with
takes
guns.
out like a total like maybe like 16, 17 cops, and
Before-
only the last one pulls out a
before
gun.
one of them pulls out a gun. And a lot
If
of
that
them,
was real,
a
the
police
second
station.
she hopped in that thing, she would be dead.
Yeah, it was just like it was just so stupid, and you're just like, why? And I don't know. The same thing too. I don't know if there was a single fucking scene in the movie that didn't have a song behind it.
Oh, they had
Yes.
the Suicide Squad problem?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. And some of the songs were also just bad. They were just a bunch of like
be an American.
no, they were like a bunch of like slow renditions of other songs.
like at one point, halfway through the movie, when it got to like a fight scene with a
Do
song.
you hear they changed the name
Yes,
of it?
because it was doing so badly.
Yeah.
At one point, when they were doing a fight scene,
Man, it's getting
with
like
a song,
60s, bud.
It's wrong.
It's bad. But I looked at Cam. I'm like, how can you not think this is Suicide Squad?
But worse.
Like, I actually think it's worse than Suicide Squad.
It definitely is.
I
That's a
didn't
fact.
like Suicide Squad, so
There
shit.
was one scene I liked for half a second. It was just where, because like the entire movie, you obviously know about Canary, but she doesn't use her powers at all, even though you know she has powers. And that there's like one final scene where like they're all about to lose, and she actually goes out and she does like the shriek and kind of thing.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, that's cool for like a second. And then like Harley Quinn comes like rollerblading out, and like she uses the power of sound to like boost herself out. And I'm like, that's not how sound works. And it then ruined the one scene that was almost
So
cool.
you know how Scott Pilgrim's really fun and quirky and like
Yeah.
a really good movie? This sounds like a shitty Scott Pilgrim.
Kind of.
That's a pretty good. That's pretty accurate, I would say.
And then the death of spoilers, the death of Ewan McGregor was also just like really then much more
The
gory than
bad
the
guy
rest of-
died?
Like he gets handed like a grenade, then kicked, and then you just watch like his whole body explode and all of his limbs fall off. And I'm like, but there was no gore.
Oh.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. But then there was no gore the rest of the movie, and like, but then we just had to watch this one guy just explode into pieces.
it doesn't make any sense.
This movie sounds like fucking trash.
The movie, I had no idea what it was doing. I don't know.
I
my
just,
God.
yeah, and for it to be like, was it opening weekend or?
Yeah, it was.
For it to be opening weekend on Valentine's
There's like
Day.
7 of us.
Do you know what movies sold way better?
Sonic?
Sonic.
I wish we would have seen Sonic.
It beat Detective Pikachu for its opening weekend.
I want to
good.
see Sonic.
I want to go see Sonic. I'll go see Sonic.
I heard it's good. I heard it's-
Yeah, I'm expecting
fine.
it bad, but I'll go see it.
Yeah,
I'll
that
at least
movie was
support
very
those people
disappointing,
losing their jobs. So, well, I guess not supporting them losing their jobs, supporting
Yeah,
that
get
their
out of here,
loss was worth
losers.
it.
But yeah, that's going to be as far as a Birds of Prey review that you ever get from us.
Hey, cool.
Because I don't
but-
think we could talk about how bad it was for a full hour.
You think we're good?
I think that's probably everything, unless you guys have anything else to say.
No,
No?
no, I'm
I'm playing Fire Emblem. That's it.
Well, then the last thing I'm going to say is, like always, follow us on Instagram at LocalPlayOnly.
There's cool stuff there.
Go subscribe on YouTube. At this point, we're trying to get a stretch for our first 100 subscribers.
We're so close. We're
It
at like
may
78
be a small
right now.
goal, but it's a big goal to us. And then
It's a milestone.
who
for us.
knows what our 100 subscriber special is going to be? We'll have to find out as we get there.
We all have to watch Birds of Prey
No,
again.
not worth it. But yes, give us a subscribe on YouTube. We have 1, 2, 3 videos coming.
24-hour stream of The Room on repeat.
like the movie.
like Tommy Wiseau.
That'd be pretty good. But I mean, maybe we'll just do a new game, like 3 of us playing a game or something like that. Like I don't know. We'll have to see when we get there. But we're really trying hard.
That's a little smarter.
We're getting a lot more interaction right now, which we like. Comments.
What if we just play Final Fantasy VII Remake from start to finish?
24
in
hour
one
stream?
sitting?
Yes.
I
It's a
don't
good
think that'll work.
Good idea. Maybe
for me.
maybe 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, if you're watching this, leave us a comment because comments are sick.
Even if you're going to insult us, I
Let
don't
us know
care.
if we're wrong.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
our favorite. That's pretty much all the comments we've gotten so far.
Yeah,
That's
and
our favorite
I
part.
do enjoy the chuckle. It's
Yeah,
good.
It's good, and I just like responding to people. If
Fucking
if you
pussies.
if you comment calling us all losers, I'll still pin it and I'll like it and we'll respond.
Thanks, bro.
And then Instagram, we're always like we post 1 to 2 to 3 things every single day.
Did you guys post my amiibo picture?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Not yet.
soon, one day. And then we also gonna do more stories on like polls for what we should do, and then obviously keep an eye out for guest month.
And I'm also going to stream more Days Gone this week.
Yeah, hopefully too. At one point, maybe we'll stream Eternal Sonata because we started playing that. I'd like to kind of play it on stream. Would be fun, or have some sort of recording of it would be cool.
Yes.
Because I love that game.
It's a good game.
It's a very good game.
Yes.
But other than that, guys, I guess then we'll just have to be seeing you next week.
Hopefully.
Enjoy the episode if you're watching. Enjoy if you're listening. And
Thank you for
The support.
the support. Thanks for also listening. I know that this episode is a little bit longer than we normally go for.
Sorry, Ian.
But we have 2 weeks to cover. So
yeah,
So
2 weeks,
times the podcast
twice
makes
the
sense.
podcast. It does check out the news. If we were only looking at this week's news, it would have been half the time, if not less.
Yeah,
honestly,
it would have been a lot less.
Exactly.
To be fair, I didn't even check most of this week's news, so
Well, maybe we'll
I
find
threw
out.
in what I could. But
We'll find out next time.
yeah,
But once again, guys, I'm Cam,
I'm Phil.
and I'm Andrew.
and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see any of our previous content, like our last episode or any other episode from any of the seasons, it's just right there for you on the left side. And be sure to subscribe if you'd be so kind. It is right there. Thanks, guys.